Hello, and welcome to Ludo History. I am Adam, medieval historian, and we are back with more of Plague Tale Innocence. Last time we managed to get into, well, here into a new home in the Chateau d'Ombrage, which, you know, definitely is not a concerning name at all. I'm sure it'll be fine. How's everyone doing today? The orphans got their first night of peaceful rest. Well, that's better than we expected. I'm okay. It's been a pretty quiet day.
You're having a bad dream.
Are you awake already?
Yes, I found lots and lots and lots of things. Come and see. You'll really like them.
Oh boy. So we could.
Come on.
No.
What's that noise?
It's Lucas. Follow me. You'll see.
Right. This will wake me up. Hopefully.
Down here.
Oh yes, the things we found.
Huh.
This will stop us losing them in all the mess.
Huh. A subtitle screwed up there, but interesting. The two gifts we found are there: the rosary and then the vinegar. So we might actually be here like more permanently. Hang on, I want to just check something in the settings. I'm seeing some lag on my end, so I just want to check, make sure that the graphics settings are right. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Odd that I'm getting lag then.
We've got a lot of work to do.
Yeah, we do. Cord. There's more things over there. Nope. Where's my run button? I don't play this game often enough, so I don't remember all the things. More cord. And a workbench here. Oh, there's a toolkit. Now let's see what we can make now. Cool. We can do lots of cool stuff. The pocket. I think we need to do the pocket next before we get into the added trail. But if we could do, we can't. There's no way we can do both. But we need this to get the high level upgrades. So.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
Okay, we just need more cloth in order to upgrade that. So, progress. We might actually get to be here more permanently. Wouldn't that be such a pleasant change?
I'd better stay with Hugo.
No. I don't wanna. I wanna take a look at everything else. Okay, that's just a closed door. There's more cord there, and what's over here? Do I get a chance to ooh, I do get to go in here. Cool, so this overlooks the previous area. Which now that it's daylight looks a lot less spooky. Though I do wonder where all the rats went. Did they just burn to death?
Hugo's waiting for me. I'd better go.
Fine. Yeesh. It's not a bad view. All things considered. This room is interesting, I think.
We'll have to patch up these straw mattresses.
Yeah. You can do that somewhere else. And I still don't have nearly enough there. Okay. Yeah, so we have the wall hangings, which are fine, though a lot of these walls are too bare. Oh, we want to see a lot more coverings than just these very thin banners. Horns hanging above a fireplace, very kind of stereotypically medieval. The roof is really good, but the central courtyard area, I don't really know. what's going on with that? And mosaics are not a popular floor type in the 14th century. I don't think they're unheard of, but it's definitely unusual to have a kind of central hole in this room with a mosaic floor that feels very much more classically Roman. Ooh, hello
A
thing.
moon lion devouring the sun. I hope it's not a prophecy.
Nope, this one. Okay, an iconography. Alchemy fascinates science as much as inspires artists. The recurring symbol of the lion devouring the sun is an allusion to alchemical dissolution. The purpose of the process in which vitriol attacks sulfur is to separate the crude substances from the subtle ones. Wait. Vitriol attacks sulfur? That's not how that works, but sure. Given that vitriol is a particular form of sulfuric acid, you would form vitriol as part of the alchemical dissolution, and then, unless they use vitriol to just mean any acidic compound, in which case I could see that being plausible. They use form sulfuric acid, and then you could use that to help attack some other metal in an attempt to separate out the crude substances. So it is an odd choice. The phrasing there is definitely odd in regards to the chemistry of what's going on in alchemical dissolution. In terms of this particular object though, I mean, it's wood panel on a gold border, which is totally plausible, or a golden frame I should say. Certainly plausible in the Middle Ages, though something like this looks much more like it's a manuscript illustration from the early modern period than it does like it's actually 14th century wall hanging. Neat. Hey, Kozak.
No, no. What's over? The sun dominates the moon instead of complementing it.
Hello? What?
Amicia, where are you going?
It's alright, you can come.
I'm exploring.
Where does that lead to?
I'm exploring, Hugo. Ooh, spooky. Let's take a look out the window instead. Looks like the weather is not great, but, you know, maybe it's okay. And what's down here?
Oh, a grave.
Yep, sure is. Okay, I like this room a lot, quite a bit. The red brick is actually, certainly I know it's known from elsewhere in Europe. I'm not an expert specifically on French architecture, but that doesn't strike me as wrong. And then this very low-roofed, low arches. This looks older than the rest of the castle by a significant margin.
Who
but
is it?
I don't know. We can say something if you'd like.
Sorry to disturb you. We don't have any candles, but we will leave you in peace.
And thanks for looking after us. Come on, let's go.
some kind of... Aw, we got an achievement off of that. Anyway, this... I mean, some kind of sepulchre like this is very much known from this period, though this is around the moment where you start seeing... Like, this looks old. Genuinely, properly, like, 11th or maybe 12th century old. And this kind of very basic sarcophagus with a cross on the end of it is totally reasonable for that period. The Black Death, right here in 1348, is right at the moment where funerary material culture starts changing quite significantly in medieval Europe to be far more macabre. And so you start getting these emaciated skeletal figures filling the tops of sepulchres, being the lids to the actual tombs. Oh, yeah, we need to go this way. So it is super cool. Putting that in is very much in vibe with the change, or with this castle supposedly being very old. And it's nice that that we're still right before all the death, the
Lucas!
death head iconography,
There you are.
and
Sleep well?
all of the
This laboratory is in
big
bad shape,
things.
but it inspired me.
Oh,
I'm on the
good,
brink
Lucas.
of completing the great work, and you can help.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yes, yes. What do we have to do?
Uh-oh, Lucas.
Amicia, I need the file from the left-hand table.
All right.
Annie, what can I do?
We need light for the last step.
The great
Hugo,
work
go get
is,
a camera.
I'm sure,
I can do that.
definitely fine. This is the one that we need. Ooh, actually, we've got manuscripts.
That must be it.
Manuscripts, hello. Hello, ooh, cool. That looks like it's a book of hours. That's a very large book of hours, but you can see, like, we can't make out any of the text, but this kind of very richly decorated style actually strikes me as more 15th century manuscript than 14th century, but still is definitely emergent in the 14th century with this rich marginal decoration. And then the image there is very obviously the Virgin Mary with her red shirt with a blue cloak with the baby Christ on it. The great work, I assume, is trying to actually deal with making or purifying metal to hopefully, you know, the ideal of gold. We will see what elixir this actually ends up being, but I don't know what other great work he could be referring to. That is
Here,
kind of
anything else?
the greatest work.
Yes, a concentrated laurel sap. It's just behind me.
I'll get it.
What's a great work? Can I eat
Oh
it?
good, Lucas might
It is the
explain.
elixir that will illuminate your path, a beacon for the bearer of the macula.
Okay.
It came
Nope,
to
it's
me
just
during the
it's
night.
just not nonsense.
Good.
Nonsense
So-
plot purpose. Okay.
Angel's tear, the pinnacle of alchemy.
Yep.
The elixir. You.
Wow, the great work.
It wasn't supposed to do that.
It doesn't matter, Lucas. Perhaps we should let
Okay.
you rest, right,
It's
Hugo?
plot nonsense,
done,
not
Lucas.
actual,
You're a sorcerer.
not necessarily actual thing.
Amicia, come on.
Oh
I'm
yes,
coming.
he is a sorcerer. Sorry, Lucas. Spooky green fire is not all that encouraging.
Alchemists lived here. Maybe Laurentius too.
Huh. Well, look, they've got 2 copies of the same manuscript. 3 copies. They really do seem to have only 2 manuscripts available. But that's okay. Like, putting that much detail into a model would be way too much work for the budget of this game, so totally reasonable. Making games is hard. It's just amusing that it really does look like those were 2 different books of hours to me. So, prayer books.
By the way, have you seen Melly?
No?
Maybe she's already gone.
Oh no, I wanted to say goodbye to her.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what the Angel's Tear is supposed to do, but presumably it's some kind of cure, actually doing medicinal alchemy.
Wow.
But this is
This
a
castle must
lot
have been
more-
empty
ooh,
for an
shiny.
alchemist's crucible. Lucas will be happy.
shiny. I cut off my own dialogue there. Whoops. An alchemist's most fundamental tool, the stone container is able to withstand extreme conditions, high furnace temperatures, or acids without eroding or breaking. Throughout the alchemical process, it carries the potential of the final great work. This is true, like crucible, using crucibles to heat and melt metals in furnaces is kind of critical to a lot of different alchemical methods, though. In many cases, it would also be used to pour off some of the materials that fell out of a reaction in, say, a distillation, or if they do any calcification or anything that creates a sublimate, you could pour that off into the crucible instead of actually using molten metal. But when one of the main 2 or I should say both of the main 2 ingredients are highly toxic, being sulfuric acid and mercury, makes some sense to be using
Come on, Amicia, let's
really
both do it.
carefully fired things.
Wow.
Wow.
Having fun, are you? I'm sure the Inquisition are too.
Melly! We thought you'd gone.
Come on. We need to talk.
Uh-oh. More character moments. Let me walk up the stairs. No. Okay. Are we
What's
going
the
after?
matter?
Are we going after
This
her brother?
castle is a ruin.
Ah,
And that's exactly what you need. Whoever built this place really didn't want to be fucked with. Be good and you'll be fine.
so you're going to find Arthur? If I can help,
He's my problem. You heard what I heard. Those Inquisition dogs took him to the Bastion. I know where to look. I'll find him.
Amicia, look!
Listen, with Hugo, it doesn't look easy, but believe me, it's worth it. He will save you. They always end up saving us. Even if, you know, brothers, sometimes you just want to kill them.
The symbol is Amicia.
I believe you. Anyway, don't leave without saying goodbye.
As if that was my style.
Amicia, please come.
Okay,
Yes,
okay.
Hugo, what did you find?
Okay, okay. You're cool. Please don't die on us.
Down there. It's the drawing.
What drawing?
The
Oh,
one in the dining room.
The
I'll show you.
mosaic.
Come on.
It's
I'm following you.
it's the same as the mosaic in the first room. Run. Please run. No. Yep, he's
It's the
going.
same symbols.
Oh
You're
look.
right. Alchemist coat of arms, maybe?
Have you seen the tree?
The tree?
Come on, over here.
Oh boy, he's just giving us the grand tour, isn't he? Let's see what these symbols actually are. Looks like we got a couple of different sun symbols here, though. This one's kind of blocked off. Up here, this is clearly supposed to be a phoenix, being a borrowing from Arabic folklore, primarily. Would make some sense as a symbol of rebirth. Connecting it to a philosopher's stone would be reasonable. And then, some kind of blood fall. Yes, Hugo, why are you laughing so much? Some kind of blood symbol. Not so sure what this is related to, but meh. There's plenty of time. Oh, and thank you, Panos Dilembas, for the follow, and also Umbra Fox yesterday and the day before that, Ested 1759.
Come back. Where
Oh,
are you
he
going?
followed the butterflies. That's what he did.
You found new friends.
Yes.
And our rune crest being a tree. I wonder if that's supposed to be the missing third symbol. Is the runes. Yeah, I feel like he's going to get us in trouble very soon.
Amicia?
Aw. They're gonna hang up their trees on the tree. There's a lot
I'm
of
sorry.
symbolism that these
I'm
trees.
sick.
No, no, no.
No. He's a good kid.
Listen, we are going to find a way to cure you. And there's Lucas and Melly now, you know?
Lucas, come see the butterflies.
Looks like someone's having a good time.
It's
Aw.
getting bigger.
Yeah, well, I kind of noticed that already.
Yes. The macula is spreading through his blood. The books say there are several thresholds in the process,
Uh-oh.
and at each threshold, the carrier may be lost.
How much time do we have?
Very little. Hugo is nearing the first threshold. My master and your mother were trying to slow the process down.
But how? What were they doing?
They were working on a very complex elixir that would allow him time to prepare.
And do you know how to do it?
I don't have their knowledge, but their work was inspired by a forbidden book,
Uh-oh.
the Sanguinis Itinera.
So perhaps...
Okay,
book?
the Journey of
Fear
Blood.
not. The Sanguinis Itinera is dangerous. It is sealed together with other works in the university basement. Just getting there would be near impossible. Suicidal even.
Normally, yes. But if we take advantage
Hey,
of the
hey.
current chaos, we might have a chance.
I know the place. It's in town not far from where they keep my brother. If you're ready to take
Oh.
that risk, I can help you get in.
Thank you.
Right. I'll get my belongings together. Meet me inside when you want to
In
leave.
that
Oh,
case,
boy.
you'll need some equipment. I'll get it ready.
Hugo, I'm really sorry. I need to leave.
Don't worry, I'll stay with Lucas.
Oh good, we get to not worry about him
I'll
for a
be
while.
back soon.
Oh good, that is very helpful. Hugo? Don't do that. Don't do that, kid.
Father, Mother, you'll always be here with us.
Yeah, though... Oh, there you are. How did you teleport from there to there? But it is a plant. Hello, plant. Plant? Hugo? Plant.
What have you found?
Here, it's St. John's wort.
Oh,
It will protect you when you go to the town.
must be powerful stuff.
Yes, it's a very good
It
flower.
is a very good
it
flower.
looks good on you.
Thank you.
St. John's wort, also called St. John's herb, it is a symbol of animosity, but also one of protection and light. St. John's wort is considered a remedy to melancholy and other mental afflictions. Despite its nickname, Devil Hunter, ingesting it can still significantly disrupt the heart rate, causing arrhythmia and tachycardia. This is all true to the best of my knowledge. Once again, I had difficulty locating a lot of these herbs in an actual herbery from the early modern period. But St. John's wort is still a commonly used medical flower, but it interacts badly with modern painkillers, and so it's kind of used in some cases as an alternative to those, and also used as a treatment for anxiety. But you don't combine this one with other medicines because it does have really negative side effects when combined with them. But yeah, they actually kind of butchered the Latin, because it probably should be iter sanguinis, for actually journey of blood. Itineris is the genitive form of the word, so it is. Is this door actually closed? So it actually, they did kind of screw that up, on that. Well, next time we see it, I'll see if I can translate it a bit better. Huh. Odd that the thing I found didn't also join us there. And hi Nevada, I'm glad you could join us. I'm glad we get to actually leave Hugo behind though. That will make this next chapter a lot less painful.
Be careful in town. It's probably more chaotic than here.
Don't worry. We girls know how to handle ourselves.
I'm sure you do. Good luck nonetheless.
Uh-huh. Were you gonna get stuff ready? I thought you were getting stuff ready. I'm full up on that. I wonder if I can craft anything before I get going. Anyway, so this castle is way less spooky than I thought it was. Which is good. And by and large, I mean, it's big. These staircases are way too big, but for the purposes of a game, running around in them on an actually narrow staircase would be a pain. Oh. Not going there. Let's see if I can go here instead and if I have enough stuff. I have enough stuff for more ammunition. That feels relevant. We'll do that.
This should make things a little easier.
And then we are missing stuff to do this. Yeah. Okay, we are slowly making our way to doing stuff. Let's see, so we need 15 cords to upgrade the strings there, which no longer makes any noise. Oh my god, that's powerful. Actually though, I want to probably rush this one as soon as I can, because, yeah. Being able to sling people instead of throwing them, having to throw rocks at them, will make combat way less scary. Still scary, just less. I wonder if I can... Nope, can't access anything. Kind of, sort of, Kosek. The idea of a forbidden book is very much, very much in vogue with...
At last. All right, come on.
Here, and one last thing. Laurentius
Okay,
told me
cutscene
once
first.
that there are roses scattered along the path to the book, so keep your eyes open.
Roses. All right, we will.
So, the idea of forbidden books is extremely, fantasy medieval. Of, you know, the church is suppressing knowledge and some things are just not accessible. But a very common thing in actual alchemical texts is this secrecy clause of the idea that this is something that not everyone is supposed to have access to, and if you
The first rule of
Are going to
survival
do-
is hidden between the legs.
Wouldn't the head be quicker?
You're way too soft. Shh, there are the town ramparts.
So, they are, ooh, nice town. There are secrecy clauses in a lot of texts, such as those by Albertus Magnus from the 12th century, that say that this is not meant for everyone, and if you do this, you must be sworn to secrecy. But this is definitely just a stylistic thing to up the spookiness. While alchemy is not something taught in universities at any point in the Middle
What's
Ages,
that crowd on the bridge?
those texts
It's
were
the
still
townsfolk.
wildly
Being
popular.
evacuated. Let me guess. The bite's here.
Exactly. And where there's the bite, you'll also find.
The Inquisition.
So
Aren't you the smart one?
they are absolutely regarding. It is absolutely in vogue for an alchemist to have forbidden books, but it is. Crap.
Did you know him?
A thief. I used to work with him. He was gifted.
So that's the punishment for stealing. Death.
I don't want to find Arthur with that kind of collar.
Come on. Let's go.
So yeah, to finish that thought, it is very
to you,
much
Melly.
in
All
vogue.
I'll
For
open this. Then I'll go take care of Arthur.
All right. So, where will I find the university?
It's the big building at the other end. You can't miss it.
Yep.
Do you think we'll see each other again?
I hope so.
You owe me.
Shit. That means you're not allowed to die.
I'll do my best.
There you go. Go on. Get going.
yeah. It is very much in vogue for alchemists to claim their books are forbidden, even when they're totally not, and in fact widely disseminated. That was what I was trying to finish the thought, but I kept activating dialogue. So,
Amicia, we don't have all night.
shush. This building here is once again it's a little bit too tall, but not unreasonably tall. And for a large walled city, this all looks
Are you waiting
pretty
for the guards
reasonable.
to come back or what?
Yes.
Get out of here.
Yes, I am waiting for the guards to come back. Shush.
Good luck.
You too.
The city folk. They know they'll die if they stay here, but you think they'll leave of their own accord? Come on, get a move on. We have to get the last one down.
I'm glad that. Never mind. I was gonna say they
Those
seem to,
bastards. What are they doing?
they seem to be actually engaged in trying to actually care for the city folk, including evacuating them in plague. But never mind. Also, evacuations were not super common in the time of the Black Death. If you were rich, you probably could. But for a lot of people, you would just kind of lock them in their houses, like we saw earlier with those sealed off, marked off quarters. That is entirely more accurate to how people reacted to the plague arriving. That being said, this is not a normal plague because, as a matter of fact, horrifying swarms of rats are a little bit different of a threat than what you would get from an actual disease. So, what can you do? Also, these guards, I think, vanished. They walked up here, and there's no path here, and we didn't run into them, so... Whoops. You sure we can't take one of these spears? I could use a partisan of that flavor. And we are climbing up these two big... Once again, I think my main complaint of this is one of scale, not of style. This is tall, but not impossibly tall, but just tall and very wide for something in this period. But now we're in a town.
Wow.
Ooh.
Over there. That must be the university.
Ooh. Okay.
All that light. I don't like this.
This is cool. I like this whole thing. We have the cathedral over there, we've got a gate there, another cathedral back there, a third one there. This is a big town. Some kind of guard tower, probably in older walls, and looks like one more back there. So, I super duper like this style. This all looks very good for the 14th century. A little bit cockeyed on that roof, but in terms of like these slightly ramshackle, extremely steep roofs, I do like this whole thing. This looks like a very good medieval town. I hope they actually say what town this is so we know where the heck in France we are. There's not that many towns in the 14th century with a university. Universities are often their own affair, and a town comes up around them or they're incorporated into a town, but universities and towns very rarely get along well, because universities are being funded by the church.
It's a way off, but you can do this. Here we go.
Indeed, here we go. Universities are often funded by the church, and are subject to ecclesiastical law instead of secular law. This turns out to be a really bad thing for university towns. Because all those towns...
You in there! This is your last warning before we drag you out on your arse!
Ooh, thank you Spursman for the follow. Okay, he's a bush... Yep. Marx is happy. Marx is proud. Everyone hates the bourgeois. But university towns being subject to ecclesiastical law means that there's a lot of things that don't go so well. When we... This is weird. I see things to scare away guards or to distract guards, but there's no guards here. Which, oh, there they are. Crap. Okay, he's stationary. Those guys are stationary, but they're both wearing helmets, which means taking care of them would be a pain in the ass. And I heard rats. Where the frick?
Last call! By order of the Grand Inquisitor Vitalis, martial law is enforced.
There they are.
The city under the control of the Inquisition. Any people who choose to remain will be arrested and executed.
Well, that's harsh.
Martial law. Unbelievable. Why now?
Hey, that's not what I want to do. Also not what I want to do. This button. There's a guard there. I need to wait for him to not be there. In order to actually light this thing to scare away hopefully all of these rats and pray he doesn't get freaked out. That should be far enough. Well, never mind. It was not far enough. That's awkward. That's extremely awkward. Hey, I should switch to... not pot. Devrantis. There we go.
Yeah, nothing to report.
Oh good. I'm glad you are extremely, not smart? If I do put out his light, he will be eaten, but I think I may need his light, because there's a lot of rats there. Ah, crap. I don't have enough time. See, Easy as can be. Never been easier. Okay. I can distract him by throwing something over in front of him. So that he stays watching the other way while I run over there, I guess? I'm not sure that there actually is anything over there, but I don't see anything over here either. Hot.
Got to know for sure.
Please be something here, please be something here. Yeah, there's a path here. Kind of. Never mind. That's not good.
Still nothing.
That is extremely, extremely, extremely not good.
Alright, let's forget it.
We're just gonna hide right here and pray that he's very oblivious. Oh, I can climb over that. Okay. I could put out his light now. I'd rather not use the ammo to put out his light. I'm just gonna hope that he does not walk far enough this way. If we need to try this again... Yeah, he's just dumb. Nope, we're not gonna commit murder. We're not... Even though he's awful, we're not gonna commit murder because we can climb over this. Voila. We're sneaky. We're gonna ghost this level.
Will you just bugger off and leave me in peace? Get out! You go and see if you can nick stuff with all these rats around your feet. You wanna keep it down a bit? You know what Lord Nicholas does to looters. The Scarlet Monk is stuck up warm in the bastion, and everyone else is doing the same as me. I'm gonna have a look at the other.
Uh-huh.
You do that. Leave me out of your plundering.
Uh-huh. Well, that is... extremely reasonable. Huh. What are actually my... okay, I need to distract this guy so that... And I can jump over this. Okay. Kind of, maybe. We'll see how far that light actually goes. I do need to throw a rock this way, though, unfortunately. Which is extremely spooky, and I'm not looking forward to it. Are either of these useful? Yeah, I can get more rocks off of this. There we go. Let's just throw a rock. Yeah, rats definitely don't eat humans, like that is super weird. Okay, I'm going to have to just run. Oh crap, he didn't go far enough. And I don't have a way over it with this. I can't kill him.
Nothing. I need to calm down.
The problem is that I can't kill him. Unless I can follow him follow right behind him. Stay on the light, 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 stay on the light. Yeah. And I can do it again. No. I can do it again to distract him a second time.
That's not right. I'll go and see.
Perfect. Just gotta move fast. Run. Alcohol. And out of sight. There we go. Yeah, this is extremely Dishonored. This sequence is extremely much trying to ghost Dishonored. And the bourgeois are trying to deal with way too much stuff and not nearly enough time. So, anyway, I was talking about the university, wasn't I? I'll talk about that more when we actually get up there. So, we just heard someone try and...
You saw what they do to people. We have to leave. If the Inquisition takes us...
Yep. Okay.
It's everywhere like this.
That's a lot of rats. That's not good. Anyway, we heard one of the soldiers doing, or one of the Inquisition members doing looting. There were prohibitions against looting, fairly regularly in the Middle Ages, but at the same time, looting was something kind of just expected of soldiers, as was horrible acts of violence, against civilians, including sexual assault. Was just something that soldiers, at least partly, were expected to do, or just did. So, it is definitely normal and expected that looting would happen, though there were prohibitions against looting. For instance, in 1453, when Constantinople was taken, Mehmed II originally suggested 3 days of looting and then calling it done, but within a day changed his mind and actually banned looting in the city. And so Constantinople actually was less badly damaged by looting than would happen in a lot of medieval battles. So that is a very, very much normal thing, and it's nice to see that they're representing that, as well as seeing elite, half-hearted attempts at preventing that looting. Individuals, they call them bourgeois here. That would be a reasonable French term for this period, but in English we'd often call them burghers, following the German tradition. I wonder if there's actually anything in here that's worth lighting. I don't see... The problem is I don't see a spot that's safe, so I'm not sure why I'd want to... or a spot I could get to off of a singular thing. With GH, but yes, burgers. But these burghers, especially in a town that is chartered and therefore not under the domain of any lord, would be the ones actually negotiating treaties with a conquering army. When a city surrenders, they would be the ones negotiating the treaty, often for their own benefit. And so, something like that, them being forced to evacuate, especially under such strict terms, is kind of ridiculous. And Nevada, I think you're the one who's asked, what does they mean by martial law? That means that the soldiers are the ones dictating and policing the city instead of a civil watch or any sort of servants there. I'll light this and I'll see if there's anything I can do, but I don't think this lasts long enough to be at all meaningful. I definitely think I'm dead if I try this. Yeah, that's burning out. I need to run away or else I will get eaten by rats. Yeah. So I'm not sure what's actually in there that I can actually go for. There's got to be something, otherwise they wouldn't give me this, but I'll climb back up and see if I can spot anything. Because, you know, even though I am bad at being a completionist, I'm aware I've missed a whole bunch of things. I am still a completionist in heart, and so I don't want to leave things undone. Unless I can drop something on them, though. I don't really see useful things to be doing. And I don't see anything to drop, so... Oh, I can light that. That won't burn for long, though. Okay, but I can light that. I wonder if I can... Do I have to stand here to light that? Probably. Nope. This to light that. To go here. That actually doesn't register that as a thing I can shoot. That's weird. Okay, that did not light. I thought that was supposed to light. I genuinely thought that was going to light. That's not good. Okay, there is another thing I can light over there, it looks like. I wonder if I can actually shoot all the way over there. I can. Heck yeah. Okay, with that stick, I bet I can make it just to there. I bet anything I can make it just barely to that if I move fast and get lucky. I am sure glad that these rats cannot climb, and we'll just ignore the fact that rats can very easily climb. I'm sure it's not relevant at all. Ooh, I can grab that. Nope, I cannot grab that saltpeter now. Okay, so we will light this and then hopefully be able to run. Nope, cannot run with this. But we know where we are going, so we will just go straight this way. And... with that, be able to reach this fancy chest. Yeah, you're fine. Tools and leather and oil. Well, that's helpful, question mark. We'll light that again, and we'll head off this way, and hopefully we won't die. A lot of goods there. Let me light this, please. Why can't I light that? I'm supposed to be able to light that. I'm gonna die. My torch is not gonna last. Oh cool, actually I did make it. Phew! I know, right? Wouldn't it be terrible if these rats acted at all like actual rats? But luckily no, they're just a grey blobby horde that can't actually do anything. To our great relief, the grey blobby horde is not... can just vanish in a puff of smoke. And with that, let's go sneaky sneak again. They've got more of these, like gigantic kind of caltroppy things blocking it off, and we are in the streets of the town. I love how narrow these streets are and how there's these overhang things. Like, I think these are very much modeled on early modern surviving examples, but it's also a thing I've seen in medieval towns, for these very narrow streets, with buildings that build themselves out farther into the street the higher you get.
I don't know where I am, but at least I'm still alive.
They are kind of, yeah. Oof, my dude. Where's your leg? Oh, huh. He's got the same thing as his boss does. Nicholas has the weird chain, these weird chain greaves, and this guy does too. These are complete nonsense and I think are just supposed to indicate this guy is bad. But for some reason, they have, despite having full steel greaves, and solarets, which are these foot coverings, for some strange reason, they decide to wrap that in linen and then put barbed wire around their greaves. Completely inefficient. Hurts like hell.
What's going on?
No! He's my husband!
He was your husband. It's all over for him now, so get lost.
Bastard.
Myself. I can't leave without him.
Shut up! You heard of martial law? Wanna die before he does?
Oh my goodness.
And contagious.
Oh, God.
Get out of here. Listen to him. Fuck off now.
Oh no,
I'm tired of your bullshit. I didn't sign up for this.
Huh. There's a candle there.
We need to keep those rats busy.
Oh no. Oh no, oh no, oh no. I am so sorry. I do not feel good about this. I really don't feel good about this. Do we have to? Okay. We're the heroes. Crap.
Where's the hanged man?
Oh no.
I need to...
That was...
excuse me? The rats running away from him ran into me and ate me. Anyone want to run that by me again? So we're gonna do a couple of murders here.
Sorry.
We're gonna do a couple of murders here. One of these guys I don't care about, but the other one I do. So, at least that was efficient. But you, ooh, that's a child. That is two deceased children. Oh, damn it, I missed a thing there. I missed a couple of things there. I don't know how long I've got, but I want to try. That's alcohol, okay. Ooh, weaving gear. This was a textile. I like that. This used to be a textile factory, workshop. A family-owned, basically a family-owned business, which is one of the professions that is extremely, extremely popular in the High Middle Ages. If this is around like Lyon, that is the center of silk trade in France in the late Middle Ages and early modern period. And so having big textile workshops was a thing that was totally done, and is another case of them just really understanding, the developers of this game really understood what was and was not available in the material culture and architecture of the Middle Ages. Then they lean into... And then you lean into the extreme horror tropes of the horrible Inquisition and, you know, that. Oh, fuck you.
I should arrest you. I'll be kind. Go pray for your son. And while you're at it, pray the Inquisition gets you out of here too.
Uh-huh. And pray.
Whatever. We're all going to hell.
Oofed. Intercessions for the dead, in the form of prayer, either to your local saint or to God directly, were very much in vogue in the 14th century. And throughout the Middle Ages, it's just par and parcel for the course, but that is one of the main ways to deal, even for a someone who was executed by in a religious context. Intercessions through prayer was a way to hopefully save their soul. I know, right? Who could have possibly guessed that the plague would be unhappy times? It wasn't what I signed up for when I bought this game. No way. Aw, the pigs are dead. Poor pigs. Well, we got cords, so... Who comes out on top? Ah, crap.
Stuck. Perhaps if I pass under the gallows. Too many rats under there. I can't get through without distracting them.
Well, I don't think I can distract that guy far enough. I don't think that's... Also, you know, somehow, these stop those. Okay, well that works. Ugh.
Right. Stay calm. Think of Hugo. This is all for him.
There's a pot there, there's...
It's sticky.
I don't know why there's a pot and some alcohol underneath that, but you know. We take what we can get. Oh. Oh no. So that Inquisition guy apparently lost his torch. So there's light there, there's light there. Oh, cool, I can vault over this and be okay. As long as I vault over here, you know, far enough. Okay, what's next? Oh. Okay. That's fine, because we have Ignifer, which lets us... Ah, crap. No, shit. Deverantis. Actually, just a rock. Just a rock. Okay, that light went out. Mother... And there's too many people under there, but I can be able to drop another thing without too much hassle. And there's a stick there. Okay, not really sure what good the stick does me, but there sure is a stick there. So much for doing this the stealthy way. I can use the stick to cross this area. Oh, you had a rock on you. Neat. Hey, hey. Glad you can join us. We are having happy fun times, question mark? It's neither happy nor fun. Okay, lighting this to get under there does no good. There's another guy there when I'm ready to go underneath, though. I'll check what's up here, though, first. Well, that guy's pretty well fucked, and so are these horses. Is there any inside there? No, there's not. Okay, let's back off, let's grab another thing before this runs out, because I don't want to get eaten by rats. We'll grab another one and we'll check a different area, and then we will instead light that one and get it. Oh crap. Run instead of dash. Well, like this, we will I just want to poke around by the base of the tree. And then just make sure there's no shinies. You know the drill. Shinies are interesting to talk about. And so don't want to get too... Luckily I can make it back to here, so that actually leaves me totally fine. I can go over there, light that up, go over here, grab this, and then we can actually go underneath to get to that one. But I do need to light this thing, or knock this guy down. So good, we're on rock. That drops. Let's just double check our safety by lighting this.
What's that under my... Whoa.
Don't look. Don't pay attention to that.
Look.
Yep, that's a lot of bodies. That is a whole lot of bodies.
I must stay true to myself. I must stay true to my faith. Remember this picture.
Okay, we do have plenty more ignifer, so we can actually just light that up to get underneath there. And crap. I see the problem. Hopefully we can sneak past this guy again, because I want to get that chest. In order to do that, I need to kind of run before the time... I don't know if it's timed, what these rats will do, or if it's just a kind of a trigger that they will, It is just a trigger, okay. The way they're acting totally looks like it's just once you have done thing X, that they will stop, Wait, what? Where did the stick go? Where did the stick go? Once I accomplish thing X, then the rats will be locked out of that position. Okay, you still have the stick there. So, weird. A lot of bones. It turns out they've been executing a lot of people from Marshall on, they just keep stringing more up. Which is not a great look, I'll be honest. Especially when, you know, that is the consequence of their questionable decision-making processes. But we can open up this chest and see if there's anything, you know, useful in there. Full up on alcohol, full up on sulfur. Let's make a couple more. Since we are full up on both of those, let's actually make a couple more of these. So I can grab both of those. And voila, we have dropped them. One thing that's interesting, ad ignem ad lucem is a thing that he said in his scriptures, or were claimed were part of his scriptures, and no, not really. I'm not aware of like specific references to fire in that sense. In pretty much any of the main liturgical texts you would expect to be using in this time period, so it's definitely a bit weird.
Nothing.
I don't want to knock out his light because obviously he will freak out as soon as that's done. But if he seems pretty stationary, so we have plenty of chances to take him out some other way soon. Just need to make sure we don't die first, and also luckily, the sound of all these scurrying rats that is deafening me in my earphones, at least, also happens to be good for keeping him pretty much out of the equation for a time, or making sure that I don't get hurt by him as I take him out of the equation for a little while.
Going on again. Let's go have a look.
Up we go, and away we go. Just run away quick. Okay, nothing there. Let's just duck under here.
I made it.
We made it past the gallows.
But I'll never forget this smell.
I'm not really super aware of gallows of that size, though hanging people in a prominent place was a thing that was definitely practiced. Public executions were a thing. And generally, just getting attacked in the... losing and having soldiers occupy a city is generally bad news, and given how cartoonishly evil these Inquisition soldiers are, I think that's doubly true. While these guys are cartoonishly evil, in some ways I appreciate that design decision, because kind of the normal complex things are just, oh, it's history, and can be kind of brushed off, just how traumatic that is to someone living through it. With these guys being cartoonishly evil, like, we laugh at it a little bit, but also you feel bad for all of those burghers, bourgeois, that are impacted by this great cruelty and the sheer horrors of what is going on here. And that really highlights that trauma in a way that is...
It's on the way.
Something I really like.
Go through there.
Yeah, I don't think we're in Paris. This doesn't... Well, this is big. This layout is completely wrong for Paris. And, I expect to see anything that looks like Paris. Certain Notre Dame de Paris or the River Seine. And there's nothing to suggest either of those. I think this is a town more like Lyon than...
The Inquisition must have put it here. Looks like it pivots.
Huh.
Clever. The Grand Inquisitor doesn't do things by halves.
Interesting. A dark lantern. That's cool. I hate it. Well, that's just making more Ignifer. I wonder if I can make anything else while I am in the... Well, that uses all of those things, so... It's not a bad shot. We'll make one of these. And then we will make... Wait, my inventory is full of these. Okay. Oh, I should have been using Luminosa, not... For some of those, not... Ignifer. Okay, yes. Neat. We are making progress. And yeah, we have to walk through this incredibly spooky graveyard to get to the university. Now there's no... Oh, there's the church. Okay, one very small, very pleasant Romanesque church. Right there. Though that steeple is awfully two-dimensional. That would... It's definitely not impossible, but that is unusual, because there's no way to access those two bells with how narrow that thing is, so I'd prefer if that was a square instead of a rectangle. But look at how incredibly gothic horror this is. The lurid red lights with the ramshackle wooden structures and the full moon overhead is just such a good gothic horror aesthetic that I can't even be mad. There's no shinies there. And that points straight in where we need it to, so... how widespread were universities? By the 1300s, there's a lot. Universities in Europe are first founded in... can also clear paths for rats or block them. Odd. Yeah. Universities are founded in the middle of the 11th century in Europe. Primarily, though definitely not exclusively. Cool, we can't make any of these things. I want to make that, but I'm short on string. And I'm really short on leather for a lot of these improvements. I'm also close on this last pocket, which is awesome. Okay. And we only need... we need one more leather, so it doesn't actually matter, but we also used one of the materials we needed.
Coins at least.
No!
Crap. But by the 13th century, universities are fairly common. I don't know
Must have
how
something.
many...
Something worthwhile. Everyone's got a bit of treasure.
Come on, Amicia. Do something. Come on.
Well, poor guy.
That'll teach you.
Okay, that worked well. Good thing they gave me that tutorial, so I was aware that that was an option. Also... apparently, whatever this white powder on the floor is very good at deterring rats. Oh, it's flour. Neat. Well, if I wanted, I could blow this whole thing to smithereens with all this flour on the ground, but... meh. We take what we can get, I guess? Ooh, okay, now I do just need one leather in order to make... get through this. Fine. Oh, you just dropped sulfur. That guy's a plague victim, so he was riding around on someone that is obviously a plague victim. Oh, interesting. Super interesting, yeah. So yeah, I don't know how many university charters were around in the 13th century, but I think there was one in Lyon at this time period, which is kind of where I'm assuming this city is, though. I don't know for sure. And yeah, Cambridge exists by this point, Oxford exists by this point. And you're seeing just more and more universities crop up. I think Durham exists by this point too. No, all those are actually in small cities. I don't know if King's College has been founded yet in London, but plenty of universities around it for someone who is interested. And universities and cities did not get along, as we'll talk about after this. What's interesting about this guy is that, you know, despite this being the bite and being made by actual carnivorous swarms of rats, if you look at this deceased guy, you can see he's got these gigantic black, basically moles on him. You can see one on his arm, and then one on his cheek, and two on his neck. These are buboes. Those are where the bubonic plague gets its name. Words are hard. And so, despite this not being the Black Death, it has all of the symptoms of the Black Death. Now, this guy, it depends on how long he's has been dead for, but if he's been dead for a couple of days, he actually is not contagious anymore. By that point, the fleas have all gone off of him, and there's no possible human-to-human transmission of the plague. So, it would not be unreasonable for someone to be looting him opportunistically, though it would be highly discouraged, and definitely there were efforts to try and bury someone as quickly as possible once they let sit for a little while, let the plague die off, and then you get them out of the city and you bury them in a shallow grave. And a mass grave at that, because there's no way to dig individual graves for everyone. But yeah, it's weird. This definitely not the Black Death, actually ends up having all of the symptoms you would expect of the Black Death. Anyway, we're gonna do that just to make sure that there's no rats where I am landing. Because yeah, I don't want rats where I'm landing.
A window. Perfect.
Great. There's no rats here. They're all busy. So there's a window there. I do need to just clear these rats out of the way to get out. Cool. As usual, I think this house is probably a little bit big. Can I scorch these? Can I scorch these all? No? Shame. Alright. Ha! You guys can't get me. I'm too good for you.
Let's get out of here.
And luckily they can't go through, you know, this obvious gap in the brick. That obvious gap. That obvious gap. Or any of these flour sacks that are definitely able to be chewed through. But yes. This house, as usual, like, the construction is totally fine. Though, maybe a little bit later than this period, but not unreasonable by any metric. But the size is just a little bit big. And look at that, we've got someone in very weird monk's robes.
Magister, the Episanguis. Let's see.
Oh, okay, he's a random alchemist. For some reason, despite being a church official, he's also an alchemist, which is interesting. And
perfect.
If I may be so bold, we know it comes from those rats, but what's it for?
We call this odorous.
Whoa.
Oh. That is just one of the effects of the Episanguis, when we mix it with sulfur. But that's not what we are interested in.
okay, we're gonna get a new material of just...
So why don't we let our units use it, eh? It could...
It is too precious. Each Episanguis crystal must be kept for our project.
Except for the one that he just threw away for
Particularly
no
as
reason.
In this form, it has been the source of some, how should I say, regrettable accidents. Deliver it to the Bastion. That is enough for today.
So, this... I have no idea what's going on.
Regrettable accidents.
Imagine you spill some on your feet. You'd have to do your patrol on your ass.
And doing some spooky thing, with...
Episanguis? What's that? I need to see this.
With MacGuffin Humbo Jumbo,
Come on, it's just a cemetery.
it is just a cemetery. That is a cloth with a bunch of plague victims. In a mass grave, like I just talked about. I love when that happens.
More bodies.
Only thing that's a problem with this is that plague victims were not buried within the city walls. Notice, despite being in technically despite it being correct that they were buried outside of the churchyard, they also would not have been buried inside the city limits at all. You would take them outside the city walls, so around where we came into this level, and you would bury them out there. Largely the work would be done at night, because, you know, hauling them around during the day is not good. But these guys are clearly victims of the bubonic plague. Not whatever bite nonsense this is. And there's a super duper locked gate, so that's cool. And off we go. Let's see, so we are going into the cemetery here, and this chapel. These are definitely sacred places. I don't know if I have any particular reason to be going off that way. But I also don't know that I can get this way, so, you know. Fair play to you. The mass graves are a problem. Oh, by the way, another mass grave, this one inside the churchyard. This was known to be a bad idea because the corrupted bodies would still release off bad smells and generally be bad news. So, despite Galenic humoral theory being still very much the primary form of medical thought.
Right. Episanguis and stuff. We have to crush them up together.
Huh. We're gonna need that soon, apparently. We get another thing there. Requires an episanguis crystal, a rock, and some sulfur.
Now, we just have to try it out. Lucas, this one's for you.
Can I get... Oh, crap. I need to throw it over there to get to this to climb back out. Okay. Making us waste a freaking time. Does that, and run, and up we go.
Working. This will save my life. I need to find more.
And it's a very short time.
The effect doesn't last long.
Okay, so that is a very much grab it and run. Okay, and we get more upgrades off of that. Neat. Let's look at these. Okay, alchemy. We can build that. Oh, we can build that. Oh, cool, we can build this too, but we need to find a workbench first. So, containers, small wooden blades inside the containers separate the various types of ingredients, being pure for longer, increasing their effectiveness. Cool. Instruments, ignifer ammunition damages nearby enemies. The berry tools allow MEC to be more accurate in crafting ignifer. The refined mixture gains increased power, causing it to crackle a lot as it burns. Huh. That is a couple of interesting ideas. So we have we also have Luminosa, which drives away rats from an area for a while, and we have a Odorous, which attracts rats for a little while. All of those are pretty handy, as it turns out. Though, I don't know how long this attracts them for, so let's find out, I guess. Let's throw it on that rock. And then we'll run like hell. Run like hell is the solution. Cool. Progress. And more fabric, and we have sulfur and more rocks.
Over there. It looks like the exit. Come on. It's not that far.
Okay, so we've got to just get up there to get out, and then... Well, let's actually see what our choices are. We have more Odorous, which is cheap. Yeah, Odorous is way cheaper, though I do notice that the material is rarer. So that'll largely, I think, be better. One thing that's kind of weird, that strikes me as weird with this area, is that we don't have... that this whole area has caved in, and so there's like sinkholes forming, which is solidly weird. Not impossible by any metric, but...
It's locked.
Huh. Don't let me forget to work my way back there, because I can see there's an entrance on this side. And there's the shiny that I want. So don't let me forget to try and get over there. Let's see, if I throw it over there, that should distract them far enough that I can actually get down.
The ground has collapsed. I need to find something to hoist myself up a cart. If I can get it down there, I could climb on it.
Okay. Handy. It was nice of them to lead me for it to lead me to right where I actually needed to get to. And I can just roll it down and hopefully smush all those rats. Smushing rats would be fun. Those are upgrade materials. I don't know that I need them that badly, though. Yeah, more alcohol, more sulfur. That's more ignifer. Let's see. Well, we can drive away here. I just want to see what's over here. Aha, there's more crystal. Hey. Don't you dare. I saw you. Jerk. I wonder if I can get this turn this a little bit farther so I can actually access the thing. Yeah, that should be far enough. Perfect. Phew. That is stressful, as it turns out. Okay, so that gets me there. That doesn't help me much, to be honest. I need more time than what that offers me. I can attract a few rats this way, but I'm really worried about how little time I have to actually make this work. It definitely feels like shining it through that is what I'm supposed to do, but that doesn't affect those rats at all. So, since I can't do that, I guess I will just keep it this way and hope that I can burn enough odorous to actually make it actually distract them. I don't think I can, but we'll give it our best shot.
Odorous won't keep them in there for long. I need to block them once and for all.
Oh. Crap. Okay, I understand. I can make them all go in there, and then I can move the light to get them actually out of the way. Okay. No, did that not actually...
Amicia, think. You can draw those rats in any direction. You have to corner them.
Okay. I can draw the whole squad into the area where I picked up the extra material. The thing that gave me some for free, right? Because I just burned through all of that.
Think, Amicia, think. You can draw those rats in any direction. You have to corner them.
That should do it. Should be pretty well stuck. And the rats here just despawned, so we're good.
Alright. Please tell me this can still roll.
Seems to be the answer is yes. Yes, it can. Oh, oh, okay. Look at you able to spin these things. No problem. 3-point turn. And by 3 I mean 18. Yeah, I know it's heavy. I don't think you can actually get past there. You're gonna have to roll it down into the center there. Crap. You will, won't you? Because I was hoping that you'd be able to... Oh cool, there's more episanguis there. Great. I need to make more of it. So... we'll make 4 there, and then that hopefully gives me 2. Which is 4 more. So it works out to leave me exactly even on the amount of resources I just spent. Perfection. Okay, so yeah, episanguis is, to the actual best of my knowledge, a nonsense MacGuffin material. My knowledge is not expert though, and it may refer to something completely different.
That was very discreet. Right,
oh.
Now just a bit more.
God damn it. I need to use one more thing because I was bad and forgot to turn this to actually, you know, protect me in any meaningful sense. Oh, alright, there we go. Okay, we can then turn this way, which blocks them off. Can actually block them all off way behind me, and give me plenty of room to work. And they gave me two more of those, which is exactly the kind of thing I needed. Voila. Perfection. So, we made it through the spooky sinkhole, which is... It would be surprising to me to have the ground collapse in this way. If there is a swarm of rats burrowing through the ground, then I guess it's possible, but by and large this looks like it's a little bit contrived, that the ground collapses, and then they had time to shore it up. Because they did have time to shore it up, and it's weird that it's working like this. Also conveniently right outside of the churchyard, yeah, actually right outside, because these are just houses again.
You see? You're doing it.
Yep,
You're getting
pump yourself up. Pump yourself up. We'll need more energy, because, oh boy, we are not through this yet. Weird. Animal cages. I'm not sure what for, but clearly designed for animals. And a whole bunch of things. Huh. Wonder what one of these tables is doing here. It is a mystery. Also, there's been no shinies this whole level, and I'm sad. I want shinies. I've been trying to explore, you know, buried underneath all the rats, but... this looks like it's the trolley that the guards moved earlier, which had the ability to do episanguis stuff. You can see the mortar and pestle, and then a whole bunch of little jars of stuff. This is pretty much just some kind of alchemical table, or what we think of when we think of an alchemical table. I'm not aware of any of these from the Middle Ages, though the design is definitely possible using period technology, but not super sure what that is. These scrolls I like because many missives, records, etc. would be bound up in scroll form and sealed like this, rather than being bound in a codex. So, the fact that they're showing both is another one of those tiny touches to material culture that this game does oh so very well.
My god, what happened here?
You got bodied, my dude. I'm glad there are no rats for indeterminate reasons, despite all of the dead people. There
I'm
are no...
closer. Your book better really exist, Lucas.
I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be looking at. Oh, I'm supposed to be looking at that tower. Okay. I'm not sure why that tower is supposed to be easily distinguishable as the university, when, you know, there's lots of other towers around. Can we take this sword? I like that sword. I don't like the curved keons on that sword, but, you know, I like the existence of a sword. And partisans, and...
They're sick. They've slaughtered them.
Yeah, this would not happen. You'd be left to die, but you probably wouldn't be executed. Because, turns out, being in close exposure enough to people who are sick with a contagious disease to stab them, in some cases several times, is not exactly sanitary. Once again, we have a cartoonishly evil Inquisition with no sense of self-preservation. Arrows, perhaps.
The rats! They've unleashed the rats!
I don't... Who is talking?
I can't. I'm sorry.
I have no idea which of this pile of bodies was... talking. One of them talked to me. I don't know who, but one of them talked to me. I don't like that. I'm not a fan. Also, yeah, I expected more, but with how carnivorous these rats are, I expected more bodies like this, and a lot fewer like that. Oh, it was probably this guy, who's very coincidentally all by himself. Also, yeah, it's super unclear whether this disease is contagious or not. Obviously, the Black Death was. The Black Death was highly contagious. Some varieties...
I can't believe it. They used the rats against the sick.
That's what's in the cages. Rats. But... They, the Black Death transmitted both human to... or animal to human, via fleas, and human to human. Quite substantially human to human. And so... the idea that you are just leaving the sick and the dying in city limits at post-mortem is basically unthinkable. You would want to get them out of the city as soon as they could, and while they were there, you want to isolate them as much as possible. And those were the policies that were shown to be effective quite early. Milan issued fairly harsh quarantine policies and didn't let people in or out of the city.
Dirty little beasts. What have you got to say that's so important, screeching the whole time like that? They'll give you a reason to yell once you're in the bastion. You'll see. They'll cut you up real good.
You're scaring me, guard. But in Milan in 1348, they issued strict quarantine so no one got into or out of the city, and that made sure it remained, you know, way less severe.
The odorous. I could try.
Oh no. Oh no. This guy's terrible, but also oh no. Nate.
It worked.
I'm not happy that it worked. Damn it. I could drop a Luminosa. Do I have the materials to make another Luminosa right away? Because if I could drop it right in front of here, I might be able to confuse the game enough in order to let me do stuff. Yeah, I have plenty of stuff to remake this. I'm not doing a lot with it. Ha. I just blew up all those rats. Holy god. I just killed them. I love it. Okay, there would have been another way around, I guess, maybe. But I need to make another Luminosa now. Even though that uses one of my precious leather, I need it. It's too powerful. Also, now that I've got 10 of these, I can make a couple of things there and be okay.
Why? Because it's too late for you. Call it mercy.
Holy shit.
But don't worry. All the others will soon be saved.
Hey! Stop chucking them in the water! They'll all end up on the other side! We can't patrol there anymore because it fucking stinks!
Well, you're lucky you can still smell something.
Okay. Well, that guy is scary as hell. 'Cause, look at his armor. So, what we're looking at here is we're looking at a guy with very heavy greaves, though with spiked things that will just...
clear the rats away from the bridge.
Yeah, I know you could. I need to lure him over there and then hit him with an Odorous. I know what I need to do. But also, he's got a, like, gambeson. You can see the hem of that padded linen underthing. And then a breastplate and spiked shoulder pauldrons. This is extremely fancy medieval.
God,
and
I must make you move away from the light.
Shish, Amicia, I'm talking. So, with that, heavy armor and a heavy shield of this tower almost, or kite shield almost verging onto a tower shield. He's looking very fantasy medieval, where there's this very weird thing that fantasy medieval does.
That sound.
Where...
From over there.
Oh look, actually, his thing is basically a riot shield.
What's that?
What the hell? How the heck did you hear me? That's fine. I don't mind.
Still here. Here for Sanguis, cages. This is not just an evacuation.
Nailed it. Okay, we can look at that better now. Even though he's aggroed on me. That was not what I meant to do, but it worked. So we take that. He's basically looking like riot police, with a shield that you can look through, which is something that, as far as I know, is never attested in the Middle Ages. But it's a very fancy trope that someone wearing heavy armor must also have a big shield, despite the
We're all going to get ill hanging around here. Passing it on from one sick bloke to the next, right up to the Grand Inquisitor. There'll be no one left.
Shut the fuck up! Stop crying! I don't want to hear another peep out of you. Nothing!
Well, I could just walk past. I have the power. But they have leather. I wonder if I can just, like, sneak past. He's not looking at me. He's not looking at me. I could kill this one pretty easily. He is not wearing anything useful. I could hit him with a Deverantis and then a thing. So, we might have the power. But I'm hearing lag, which means it's probably time for the usual. Yep, it is in fact time for the usual. I'm going to run a 60-second ad break here quick, before my computer starts lagging too badly, because we're going to get some dropped frames. I'm going to run a 60-second ad break, replace the ice packs cooling my computer, and we will be right back. Okay. Okay, we should be back, hopefully. We will see. Give me just a moment to pull back up Streamlabs. And we got that lag because my computer is getting stressed and generally spooked. So I'll give it a little bit longer for it to return and recover. And everything looks good on my end, so you may want to refresh the stream in order to reduce the amount of lag between when I say something and when you hear it. And we will then be right back into the game. I'm gonna try and just sneak past these guys and grab the stuff, but I don't know if I'll be allowed. Actually, screw it. We can take out these guys. We'll just back off a ways. Yeah, that's what I thought. With that guy being standing in the light, I'll need to trick him somehow. But that would mean I need to kill this guy, which could make this hairy. So we'll try it. We'll try the hard way. I just don't know how much noise this is gonna make. Stand up again. I know you're looking at something, just stand up again so I can kill you. Thank you. Yep, that's what I was afraid of. No. I need to switch to Deverantis.
What are you doing there? What the hell happened?
And back to a rock. And be ready to go. Easy. Not even a little bit tricky. All of that for a single piece of leather. 2 pieces of leather. Totally worthwhile. What were you looking at on these? Ooh. Ooh, a missive. I wish I had higher resolution and could actually zoom in. Because that looks like it's ingredients written in a very... This looks like a recipe of some kind, and that looks like orders of some kind. But one thing that these do poorly, which is I think worthwhile to mention, is just that the structure, how the letter is laid out, is very much modern, with clear paragraph breaks and clear sentences, and a date and a person issuing it at the top, and some kind of signing at the bottom. A medieval charter would actually be laid out so that the first sentence would be, I so-and-so unworthy, or list the titles if it's royalty issuing, if it's someone high-ranking issuing it, or unworthy of all if it's someone low-ranking, etc., etc. Lift up the other guy, sends greetings to who the letter is being sent to. Just another day. This time we killed them though, which is not what we usually do. We don't usually just beat them in a fair fight. Usually we beat them using horrifying trickery and maps. But I'm not sure what this image here on the bottom of the charger is. I'm actually going to do something that may go badly, but if I am able to, I'm going to turn up the resolution quite dramatically on this. We will see if this goes badly for everything. Oh, I do need to apply that resolution. So things might go, yep, went weird. We'll turn it right back to where it was in a moment. But I just want to see if that improves it enough to read. No, it does not. Okay. Going back to normal, to where the graphic settings were for the sake of performance. Voila. Okay, we tried. It failed. It looks like it's just meant to be illegible. Which is a shame. I was curious what it was going to say. And be. And stuff. So yeah, I could have just walked past these guys. Kinda. Guess I could have gone to here and distracted one of them that way. Huh. But what's over here?
It's one of those alchemist carts. There must be something useful in it.
Where? Ah, there. Okay. Well, I have Luminosa, so I can actually just kind of... Yeet. So, we found a shiny. Oh boy, that's a lot of resources. Maybe it'll have a workbench? Yes, it does. Heck yeah! Okay, we can do that, or we can do that. Well, actually, we can maybe do both. They don't use they do use the same things. Okay, and we can do both of these. Well... that seems good if I'm bad. This seems good in general. Sadly, I think I actually want to be saving up the tools for the sake of the... for the sake of improving the strings, so I can, you know, kill those guys silently. Because that would be hugely valuable.
This should make things a little easier.
But now I can upgrade them whenever I'm ready, so I can just do that when I need to. That was a lot of resources. Cool. That makes me feel way better about myself and my position in the world. That's good to know that there's a lot of resources, though I don't know why a horse's skull is a necessary ingredient for much of anything. Ooh, interesting. That is a hierarchy. Once again, I can't get close enough to actually see what it is saying, but that looks like it's a hierarchy of the elements, which is definitely a very interesting idea. It should be cold at the bottom, and then wet, and then dry, and then warm, I believe. So earth, and then water, and then fire, and then air. Maybe. I don't remember for sure, because alchemy is weird and complicated and hard, but once again, this looks like it's an early modern to modern period design and ingredient lists, something I expect from the 17th century, much more than the 14th. Which is kind of the theme I've noticed with all of the alchemy stuff, is that there's a lot more material on it. Not that you can actually do anything to me, but, you know, whatever. The, cool, more of these. For how valuable this is, they do leave a lot of it just laying around. And I don't think I necessarily finished saying what that guy was doing. With the kind of fancy trope of guy in heavy armor must also have big shield, even though that is the exact literal opposite of what shields are supposed to do. If you have heavy armor, you don't need a shield, you can use a two-handed sword. Well, if you have very little armor, you probably want a shield. Just in general, seems more helpful. Full up on those. You're useless, you're dead. Okay, so I could have distracted the guy that way. But we need to clear the things out of here. Okay, that doesn't reach all the way. That's not super helpful. Okay, you're just trapped in your corner. And I need to blast these guys out of the way. How do I blast these guys out of... Oh. Okay. I know what I'm supposed to do. Let me just turn this so that all the rats can get places. And then I can go over here. Switch to this, though I will make another one of these. And I will make... I don't have enough saltpeter. Crap. That's a shame. We will throw that over there. And then we will grab this and turn, faster, faster, faster. Stuff them all in the corner so that they can't do anything. Cool. Luckily that rat happily despawned because it recognized we are not supposed to have rats in this area. And we can now get going.
You there? I'm burning up inside. Tell me what to do.
I don't know.
Stay. We got water right here.
Oh, no, don't drink that.
It's pretty rancid though, and
oh, this is a nightmare. Come on, be brave. The university must be close.
Yeah, don't drink that water. Turns out, generally useful information. That water is not safe to drink, on account of all the dead people in it. Which, this is something that is extremely, like, fantasy BS. And not, like, I've been okay with some of the fancy choices they've made here. I think it gets into the mentality of how horrible this is for medieval people. better than being purely historically accurate can. But this is one I super don't like, because drinking water is extremely important in the Middle Ages. There's this myth that always circulates of water was never pure to drink, and so people drank beer instead. That is a myth. That is complete nonsense. Drinking water is really, really important, and doing things that contaminate drinking water made people very, very, very angry. While this river water would probably, in a city, would not be perceived of as safe to drink, it still would be an important resource, and in an emergency you would drink it, and doing this contaminates all the water in the city. As a matter of fact, during the Black Death in Aragon, Jewish populations were assaulted and burned on accusations of having poisoned the wells, and that being one of the causes of plague. That's obviously not true, and is horrible acts of anti-Semitic violence, but it is indicative of just how people took pure water seriously. You don't mess with water in the Middle Ages. Everyone knew you needed it to survive, everyone knew you needed it to navigate, and so doing things like throwing bodies into it as a way of just dealing with waste was really certainly not frequently practiced. I can't say it was never practiced. I have not done the research to say that.
The butcher who killed my father works for you.
But
his blood is on your hands too.
So we got a couple of options here. I think the first, most obvious, is to drop the rats on these guys so they get numbed and then are otherwise fine. But there are 4 guards I can see. 5. Okay, that's 5 guards in the area. But you know, no guts, no glory. Let's risk them all. And my god, the guy with the shield is remarkably chill about that. As are the other 3. Like, are you guys nuts? There's one there, there's one there, there's one there, and I think, yeah, no, there's not another one up there. But none of them did anything. But now we're getting close up to the university, though I do notice that the university is a Gothic cathedral. This is certainly the time period where Gothic architecture emerges. There's nothing inherently wrong about that, and there's also nothing inherently wrong or weird about having a cathedral as part of a university. But I don't entirely know why that is the... Well, I guess it's actually not a cathedral. It just bears a lot of similar features, but except the steeple is in the wrong place. So this is actually some kind of like rectory building, I guess, instead. Just very much in a Gothic cathedral style. So, I mean, it's not inherently wrong or weird or impossible, but it's still at least kind of an interesting choice that I don't entirely know what to make of. Spurs, yes but no, because they don't live here, you are correct as far as that goes, but it's definitely also not so straightforward that they would not care, because they are still trying to use this, they are trying to occupy the city and patrol it and use the university for some kind of experiments. And so it is... No. I thought I was safe. I was not safe. They would not... They are still occupying this town, and are relying on it for the experiments, and so the choice of just not doing of not caring at all about having a clean source of water would still not entirely be reasonable. Okay. So let's see. So this time, before we knock down the thing, let's actually like sneak around and see what's around. Okay, I can bust his thing. That's what I need to do. I need to bust his thing and then move very, very quickly to switch to Odorous and knock him out. Okay. Step number 1, though, is still have Rockwell travel. Step number 2, have Rockwell travel. We're just gonna play Ring Ring Rosie on this guy. Uh-huh. I totally believe you on that. Ha. I escaped. Exactly. Like, this is by no means... in no way, shape, or form going to be isolated. Oh crap, I've lost sight of him.
Let's stop wasting time and let the others get them.
Please don't. Are you just gonna stand there now? Okay. Look at how heavy his armor is. That guy is Tarkus Cosplay 101. I super don't know if... I do not know at all if he is going to be able to be targeted by Odorous in a useful way. But we are definitely going to try. Headshot. Yeah, that worked. Cool. Luckily these rats go through solid steel extremely well. And so we are fine. Though I wish they weren't still stuck up here. That's not great. I was looking for something else over here, wasn't I? Oh, I see something in the corner here. Lots of cord. I appreciate all of that. And there's more episanguis there. Yeah, you're right, Rothgar. There is in fact still gaps in the armor, but sadly, you know, with these guys being, those rats being very interested in that guy's body, we don't really have a way to see, you know, any of what's going on. But that's okay. Okay, I can light that with Ignifer, though that will attract some attention. But it's probably still worth it, because if I'm gonna hit... Actually, I'm not really sure what the point of that is. Because I don't need to... I mean, I do need to beat him eventually, or distract him far enough, or somehow get him out of the way. But I'm not sure what lighting that fire does, but having this fire here doesn't do. Oh, I am full up on that. That's silly. If we're going to be full up on that, I'll make more stuff with it. I thought this was supposed to be a rare material. Well, I guess I can lure him over there and then hit him with an Odorous, and then the rats will swarm him over there where I don't care. That seems like the best choice to me. So, step one. Pot.
What's all the racket?
Step two, odorous. So, not the hugest fan of that in the world. These rats are going for me. My god. You are persistent bastards, aren't you? Okay, and what's the point of that one then? I literally don't see the point of that one. Yeah, like, I super agree. It is. What are you guarding, my dude? I can just easily distract him through normal, not rat-infested means. So I'm really not sure what his point in existing is. Well, I can just, you know, slip up here, go rock, throw rock, ding.
I did hear something over there.
Up we go, and just sneak, 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 sneak. Sneaky.
Yes, finally.
I should have killed him, to be honest. Would have been fun.
Nothing. Nothing here.
Okay,
What on earth are they doing here?
The Grand Inquisitor.
I really thought I was going to thump one of those alchemists.
Simmer down. They're a bit hoity-toity, but at least they know how to read.
That doesn't give them the right to act like assholes. Anyway, one of them said Vitalis isn't doing so well.
We knew it was coming. We'll have to pray for him.
Okay, taking these guys out will be scary.
And too many heretics have turned their back on him. That's a saint, brother. A saint.
Okay, who's ready to do this very... Actually, let's craft something with this, because even though we need that saltpeter for other stuff. So who's ready for this to go badly?
What was that?
So, someone's having a joke.
We are the best at combat. Truly gods. Hey, we got a
Chessboard.
guest.
Lucas might like it.
We got a gift. We got a gift. Chessboard, a solid wood chess game. This game became popular in Europe during the Middle Ages, first among nobles and then spread to all strata of society. The invention of this game is the subject of many legends. In its first version, supposedly came into being in Asia between the 3rd and 6th centuries, evolving when it reached the Middle East and slowly finding its final form when it reached Europe in the 10th century. All of this is right. We have the earliest versions, I think, are in fact attested in India, though it's actually a 4-person game up to in some versions on the Indian subcontinent. It then spreads across to Europe and becomes the game we know today. Having this is definitely a very basic version, but board games in general are, in warrior cultures in the early Middle Ages, are a are a sign of status and a sign of being able to think tactically. And so it's one of the things assigned that helps identify warrior burials if you try to identify it purely off of grave goods. Presence of a board game or board game pieces are thought to be one of those. There's a lot of games similar to chess in the Middle Ages prior to the 10th century, but this version emerges then, and obviously develops a lot of flair. The Lewis chessmen, which I have a copy of replicas of, are a 14th century version found in northern Scotland, that the pieces are incredibly stylized, not at all like these very, very, very basic versions that you see on screen. Nice. These guys got absolutely wrecked, and I have no sympathy for them. They're saying Vitalis is a saint, and obviously, praise of the people is important for sainthood too. Oh, I see. So I can either go in the door this way, or I can take out 2 more people and do it the hard way. Ah, you're fine. You can't see shit. Oh crap. Those guys are very hard. Oh god, those guys are scary. I'm not really interested in taking out Riot Shield guys. Seems generally like not an enjoyable thing. We're not gonna do this the hard way. I only managed to take out 1 of them total, and that was via rat, not you know, an actual fair fight. I don't want to have to burn all my Deverantis to try and get through them. Even though I'm sure I could hit the shield, and yeah, I would suspect it would take 1 to 2 Deverantis each. Either that or doing a lot of thingamajigs to very sick jukes in order to get behind their shields. Or we could just not do that and enter chapter 10. The Way of Roses. So here we are going for a for this forbidden book, and yeah, we now enter the halls of the university.
Lucas said in the basement, the path is strewn with roses. Roses. Wherever will I find roses here?
First things first, we're going to turn around and we're going to take a look in this area for any shinies. I see no shinies, though I do see lots of books. And we see tapestries. Okay, I'm not sure what tapestry this is, though these are all clearly historical medieval tapestries. This one I actually recognize, though I don't know where it is from, though it is a biblical scene. The many-headed leopard here is a satanic symbol, and being assigned to this curved sword, to someone wearing this curved sword, is clearly referencing in this time period. It would be still the Seljuk Turks, though turning into the Ottoman Empire, versus a bunch of Christian crusading figures being supported by one of the saints. I think even one of the evangelists. This should be St. John with the book. It's a very faded tapestry, certainly too faded for the 14th century, but still cool. Similarly, like, this is clearly a riding army of the oppression done by the Turks onto Christian populations. You can see, based off the scimitars and the fact that their horses have lion, or probably panther heads instead of lions, but still, bestial heads to emphasize their, you know, general evilness. This is a scene in Revelation, with the many-headed dragon being... Actually, I think this is probably potentially like Leviathan and Behemoth, but regardless, this many-headed dragon is a form of Satan, passing a church to the Antichrist here with all of the many heads. Very much Christian iconography. I recognize this, but for the love of God, I can't remember what manuscript it's from. It is a manuscript, I believe, not a tapestry, but it is from this time period, and it is wonderful. Yeah, Brother Jeremiah, do you remember where any of these are from? I recognize them, but by God, I cannot place where they are. Yeah, I know that this one's Revelation, but those other two looked like they were more crusading iconography, though potentially also being related to Revelation. This is the Virgin Mary, with a unicorn. Though, looks like it's, I should say, I'm pretty sure that, actually it doesn't have the halo around her, so it's actually not, it actually can't be Mary. Though it is someone definitely using Marianic colors, with the blue and the red. Unicorn and a monkey and a lion there. So yeah, this is the first building I've seen that I'm like, yeah, there is enough wall hangings on this building to be plausibly medieval. All the rest of them have been like, yeah, you could use a few more. The fact that all these books are in such awful condition and they're being cared for so badly makes me sad. This would not be done in the Middle Ages in a university or a monastery. But generally cool stuff. Ooh, that's a... We just took a codex and turned it into fabric. Not a fan. Oh, and here is the War in Heaven. Potentially also showing the... Well, no, it's not Sodom and Gomorrah, though it does have some relationships to that. But still, the War of Heaven and the downfall of the demons, while people flee in terror into the mountains. This is again imagery from Revelation, which Robert, I think it's Robert, of Rupeshesa, is an alchemist that starts working right in this time period after being imprisoned, though he was working purely in theory. And he explicitly says the goal of alchemy is to deal with the material discomfort of the saints who will be driven into the mountains in the final battle with Revelation, which will be happening soon, TM. And so you turn things into gold in order to buy food and raise an army for the saints hiding out in the mountains, so that they will to relieve their temporal distress before the angels win the battle, overthrow all the demons, and the last judgment takes place and the saints are taken to paradise. This guy's things I actually really like too. Yeah, that could be the destruction of Babylon. It's hard-pressed to identify what city this is, given that, you know, pointy red roofs is not exactly a strong identifying feature for cities in the Middle Ages. I really like this guy. His face feels a little bit looking at, like, modeled after Greek, though that is not implausible. But his gear with his clothing, holding a scroll, and then these long robes, is totally fine for a learned man in a university context. So, you know, overall, I like it. It looks like a university. The tapestries could have a few more secular overtones, rather than all being depictions of Revelation, but, you know, thematically, it makes sense. I'm by no means offended by that. Locked?
It's locked.
Locked. She just pushed on a pull door. Amicia! Look at where those hinges are. Look at where this handle is. Why did you just push on a pull door? Yeah, Ether, I totally agree with that. It definitely looks modeled on Greek models, but in the 14th century, there was plenty of Greek texts circulating and being commented on, and Greek statuary. It's not like it simply vanished. So none of that is inherently implausible. There are too many different paths to go. This feels suspiciously like the way I'm supposed to go. Yeah. That's what I like to see. So we got more things there, more things there. Let's see what we can craft with. Okay, I've got some Deverantis, but there we go. Now we can pick up all of these again and be okay. Is this another? Yep. Push on the pull door. And push on the pull door. Yeah. This one's actually a push door. Okay. She got one of 4 doors, but I don't think I have a whole lot of choices here on where I can go. Let's go through the open door, I guess.
Oh, it's enormous. But where have the books gone?
Ooh, that's a good question. Well, apart from all of the books on the shelves here, or laying on the floor, being horribly maltreated, but sure is a library. Come on, I really hope there's a shiny on one of these shelves. I could use more shinies. That is not a door that goes anywhere. We got a wall hanging there, the same guy as before. And a bench. Like most things in this game, this is modeled on an explicit. I'm fairly confident saying that this is an actual historical model that they are recreating. And that we're going to see a whole bunch of those benches very soon. Yeah. I love the amount of variety they have in these books. And they are bound in medieval styles with this leather, this cord binding, sewing it together, and then molding the leather over that is a very common medieval technique of binding books. And you can see the amount of decoration going into the covers, because books are both inside and outside status symbols. And being able to have this many and treat them this cavalierly is, you know, kind of remarkable, but not in a good way. They're being very mean to my books. And so being able to put these on display.
There, the banners. Flowers. Yes, there are roses. I'm on the right track.
Being able to show them in such great detail and such extravagance from the very early Middle Ages, the 7th or 8th century at the latest, realistically, since the Codex was introduced in the 4th century. The more money you could throw into the cover of a book, the better off you'd be. But manor rolls, like these are, of just records, would not be kept in codices most of the time because they're not things that are good for status symbols. Big histories are good for that. Arbories, companions of knowledge, are good for that. Tax records, not so good for that. And so they are bound in scrolls. So you see both in this library, and it is great. That being said, I would not necessarily expect that the library would just be a hallway. Certainly a long room.
How many days have we been here? I've lost count. Can't even tell the difference between day and night anymore. Shut up in here.
It'll soon be over. Vitalis has brought back a young lad from the last door.
Uh-oh.
Days we've been here, and the Grand Inquisitor himself is coming to help us. Gonna be quite an event.
Okay, there's one guard there. I suppose I can just dunk on him and then call it a day.
No rats. Strange.
It is strange. Why are there no rats? I am suspicious of anything that has a total lack of rats. Actually, I can craft things anywhere, right? Yeah, I can craft anything anywhere now. So I only have one thing here, but I want to use some of this, while I've got so many things, I want to actually use some of them. I guess we'll do this one.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
Nice. It improves the speed of ammo crafting, and that does something else. But we have no tools, and hopefully the next one we grab, we'll get enough cord by the next time it matters, in order to craft the last sling, the final sling upgrade. Yeah, I definitely think, oh yeah, Angry American, I totally agree. There's a very good chance that they burned all books for no discernible reason. Well, you know, actually scratch that. There is a somewhat discernible reason. The rather comical number of rats that are scared away by fire. Really? Okay. Here we go. And we grab another fabric off of the... And now we can run around here and actually look at this. This is much more what I would kind of expect from a library room. Though, this is also kind of a great hall kind of thing. Very much a show of a grandiosity, which is, you know, if you've ever been in a European university campus, you know that that's kind of their style. But we do have these bookshelves here, so it also is a library space. And look, we start having the acid reuse. That's okay though. Oh, this one's different. What is this one? An angel descending on a saint in red holding a book. See, if he did have a book, I'd say it's an announcement to John the Baptist. But with a book, that's symbology of Saint John. I'm pretty... I'm not sure what scene this is, but history of religion and my knowledge of the New Testament is fairly lacking. So, fair play. I make no pretense to knowing what these tapestries are off the top of my head. One thing that's interesting to me, though, with this is that the developers made this choice when doing this to use these as they kind of survive in the present. It is pretty clearly as it survives in the present day, which is why the blues and reds are so faded and the faces are almost gone. While this makes some sense, I think it's also a weird choice when reconstructing something from the 14th century that you wouldn't be using, you know, attempting to reconstruct it as it would have looked in the 14th century, where these colors would be way brighter, just because they're new. And, you know, fix the hole in it. But the reason I could see them doing that is, one, not feeling comfortable with the skill of brightening up all those colors correctly, and two, to kind of emphasize the neglect that that is kind of really prevalent in this space, and just how the Inquisition does not actually care about this university and about the knowledge contained therein. I see shinies. Saltpeter and sulfur. Perfect. One thing that also strikes me, though, is that they did explicitly say in the last chapter that the alchemists are the one who can read. Well, this is totally true. Alchemists had a very rocky relationship with the university, in that alchemy was not while many alchemists were university trained, and of course were very obviously literate as a result, alchemy is not a topic that is taught at any point in the Middle Ages in universities. It was not something that is really considered polite or like part of the traditional forms of knowledge, and so the emphasizing the alchemists. Ooh, a little bit of popping issues there. Emphasizing on
Locked from the other side.
Yep. Emphasizing the alchemists as being like university people is an interesting choice, given that they were kind of Olthak, we could say. And we have a very nice looking window. And another tapestry. Ooh. Okay. Someone with scales riding a horse. With the oh look, these are the evangelists. This must be part of the revelation as well. Because I'm noticing, well, I see 3: the angel, the lion, and the bull. I can't tell if there's someone between if there's the eagle in between. Yeah, there is. Okay, I see it. So this can't be one of the evangelists because they're all up there. At the same time, this is a scene from Revelation, so which would say that that is supposed to be Saint John, who is also, you know, one of the eagle. I think he's the eagle up there. You know, that's entirely possible. It is well known for them to duplicate things. But yeah, this should be a scene from Revelation of Christ in judgment, as he's the leader of the 4 horsemen. Very much apocalyptic imagery happening in this university, which is very thematically appropriate for this game, but universities were maybe not so eager to be showing all of this apocalypticism in the time period. And you'd see a lot more variation in tapestries and big narratives told through tapestries instead of just scenes of the end of the world. But here we go, going through, and we are on the 2nd floor here with.
Got enough books, or do you want me to get you some more? One can never have enough books if one can read. It's all just pagan stuff. The Sanguinus Itinera is a sacred book. The knowledge it contains goes back to the dawn of man, and this knowledge could save us all. So keep searching, and concentrate on looking for books with a red.
The
With
book,
a red cover.
the Sanguinus Itinera.
I might not be
They're
able
looking
to
for
read.
it too.
That doesn't mean
I'd better be quick.
I could kill them all. I could kill this guy. I wonder if he'll let me. Hey, it does let me. Hilarious. That's probably not recommended, but you know. I had to slow him down. So yeah, Sanguinus Itinera is that I see what they're actually doing. It's Journeys of Blood. Itinera being a neuter plural, nominative, and then Sanguinus being the genitive. So if I tried to kill them, I'd want to take out the guard first, but that feels sus. I may have to do it soon, but doing it... Oh. I may have to do it right now. Crap. Or maybe I can just sneak around the outside and not have to kill any of them? I don't want to traumatize Amicia too badly. Because he's solidly uninterested in everything, so as long as I don't go violent, should be okay. I just need to move really freaking fast once that guy turns around. And I have a pot to distract people if I need to. And we'll just hide here behind these books. Please be very dumb, please be very dumb, please be very dumb, please be very dumb. Nice! He's very dumb. Okay, And looks like there's maybe more of something here. Pick up? Yeah, there is. And more leather. Yeah. That makes me happy. And this guy is gonna... I am clearly in view of this guy if he's not... Peripheral vision is apparently hard. But you need a... Why are you still looking over here? Turn around. Oh, okay. He's actually locked. Apparently something about being there caused the AI to just loop. Which is interesting. But I don't want him to just... Okay, nope, he's stationary these days. So,
At least those fucking rats won't...
There are the roses. I'm on the right track.
Okay, on those banners over there. More rocks. I hear rats.
Telling you, next time he talks to me like that, I'll stuff one of his bloody books in his gob.
With a red cover. It's his favorite scent.
The book. Another brilliant idea from the alchemist. There's something shady about
There's in
those
fact
guys.
something really shady about these
True.
guys.
There's parts of the Bastion I don't go anymore. The things they're doing there.
Yeah, let's not talk about it.
Okay, so this is nice. There's a cultural distrust of alchemy in the 14th century that these guys are representing that is totally genuine. Damn it, that's not super helpful, and I lose that fight. So...
I'll have to get rid of the guards so I can get past.
Uh-huh. I will have to, but... I can at least get to the rats. I can grab all this... Look at the horror we are about to inflict on these poor fools. I'm shocked I haven't run into a shiny here, though. Yeah, so we are gonna have to deal with these guards by,
Go on, get out of there. Go!
Not great means. How's our collection of odorous? Seems good. And, roughly the center there.
Your weapon. What was it?
What?
Shit, not that. Anything but that. Be reasonable. Come out of your hole.
Anyone want to explain how he didn't die? Guess I'll have to use a different one. Or he'll be, you know, a horrible dumbass and just walk into the rats. I guess that works. Though I will have to kind of start using I will have to do something to deal with them. Can I shine the light on them there? Damn it. No, I cannot. At least I can guard myself while I get to this. And getting past that is going to be a rough. I could burn a Luminosa here, or I could just run like hell.
This stuff, will it end up covering everything?
And yeah, lots of this weird plague stuff. Yeah, we did more murder! Hey. Yay. I feel so good about that. I appreciate that this game at least does a decent job of making you, you know, well, we have to do this, they definitely don't portray this as pleasant, understandably. And we'll need to get upstairs to get through again. And they actually, you know, recognize that this is... Oh. Okay. do something to recognize that, you know, this is not... Hey look, it's a book with a red cover. I think we found it. We're done here. We can leave now. Well, luckily they're all bad. Everyone else except us is dumb.
Move it, blacksmith. There's work waiting for you.
We're really scraping the barrel if Vitaly stoops to catching a beggar like this.
Huh.
A prisoner.
Oh well, perhaps they'll finally open this door.
I can't get past. Too many guards.
Yeah, I don't really feel like taking them on. Oh shit. Ah! Okay. I want to take a look at into the courtyard here. Look at how pleasant the courtyard is. Having a courtyard is kind of standard practice. That's not at all surprising.
How on earth did the rats do that? Imagine the force you need to get through that thickness. I can imagine what it will do to your arm. The hole's no use anymore. They've blocked it up, can't you see? They know exactly what they're doing, little bastards.
A fair point for them to be making. These guys do seem to know exactly what they are doing. Well, I wonder how little field of vision these guys have. If I can get to... Yeah, I can get to there, no problem. I'd love to get that fabric, yeah. Okay, don't need alcohol for anything. There's no shinies. For being in a university, I'd expect to see way more fun shiny things. And here's the part where I will just need to kind of yeet a stone over this way. And somehow they will not notice the stone flying from here and just the sound.
Did you hear something? Let's go see. Watch yourself.
But, you know, despite knowing that this room is pretty well empty, they are still just rolling with that, so fair play to them. They're dumb, but fair play to them.
Everyone calm down.
Alright. Yes, everyone calm down, he screamed. Well, some kind of leg of meat with garlic. Big hanging cloves of garlic. And a shiny there. But no collectibles. I'm kind of sad on that. I hope I didn't miss too many. I have found out that I have missed a lot of collectibles on the way, which is not a surprise, but making my completionist soul very sad. Well, sorry guys.
I can't get past. I have to get the rats out of the room.
Yeah, sorry guys. No, let's actually make one of these. Oh, we've got so much stuff. Should be able to throw it? Yeah.
Guards next door. That'll keep the rats busy.
Luckily the rats aren't going to, you know, come in, realize that they can go in through this door, but I guess the fire will keep them out, so that's something. Luckily. But lots of this, whatever the hell it is. And yeah, they are dumb and have less than no peripheral vision, and now they are dead. Cool, but
I haven't seen any roses for a while. Hope I haven't taken a wrong turn.
Cool, we got past all the guards there. Also, this university has been nothing but hallways, Amicia. Literally impossible for you to make a wrong turn in this level. Look at the courtyard. Isn't it pretty and calm and not at all horrifying? So yeah, university town relations. While we're in the university, we can actually talk about that, since I also see a workbench to upgrade stuff. Universities and towns in the modern day do not get along. University and towns in the past did not get along. Some things have not changed. Dang it, I still can't get the strings. What am I missing? I'm missing... No. I'm missing 2 things. I could build that. But I don't really need to. So, yep. Yeah. But I mentioned earlier that universities very carefully made sure that they were run on ecclesiastical law instead of city law. What that means is, when university students went out and did crimes, the university could go, oh no, but don't worry about that, we get to judge them, not you guys, because they're students, they're under our jurisdiction, and then do literally fucking nothing. This was mentioned earlier, but the Saint Scholastica riots were bad news. In that there were plenty of cases where they did several went out and university lectors and both lectors and students went out and committed several acts of horrible sexual violence against townsfolk and were not allowed to be punished for it.
Still no news of our young Hugo de Rune.
Okay, and they are apparently inflicting plague blood in there.
In which case, the only thing that can help us find the book is the son of a smith. You built that door with your father.
And here we get to see Vitalis, who appears to be the legate.
That door precisely to keep out scum like you.
I am the Grand Inquisitor Vitalis Benevent.
Okay.
You have no idea.
He is clearly sick. You can see the buboes forming above his eyebrow, and he's blind in one eye.
What I endure.
But for some reason,
for you,
injecting plague victim blood is supposedly helping? Okay, it's supposed to be... so he is infecting himself and then using the episanguis as a way to cure it. And it apparently works literally instantly.
What is your name, boy?
He's wearing a bishop's mitre?
Roderick.
Oh, good, a friend.
I do not wish for Roderick to expire before he has opened this door.
And he's going to be carried around
do not commit
wearing...
the same mistake you made with his father. Take him.
Neat. So we need to bust him out of jail ASAP, because I'm sure that's not going to be a problem.
Lose them.
Yeah. I know that you say that, but we are going to look around for shinies instead, and we are totally going to lose them. I can't go this way. God dang it. And yeah, the guards are like, oh yeah, we can just totally do murders and it will be fine. Totally gonna be fine.
Looks like we both have problems.
Hey look, it's the same tapestry.
How long can the episanguis contain the bite?
So yeah.
As long as his faith allows.
Not quite that long. The alchemist is a... Oh crap. Don't tell me I have to cross right in front of his face. Oh no, that's the dead guy. Okay, the couple of alchemists here are not. They're both very blind, but I don't see... I could kill them.
What was that?
Ha. I could kill them.
No matter.
Yeah, I gotta love... I agree, the audio design for this game is stellar. Huh. Oh, neat. A writing desk. This is pretty much how writing desks looked in the Middle Ages. If you were really fancy, you'd have like three different plates at about that angle, and then you could actually like crank between them. And you see a quill here, which is one of the two things that always determine a scribe in medieval manuscripts. The other thing being a knife, because you need to sharpen the quill with something. So I mean, I don't know why I'm going this way, because this is obviously stupid. I really should have gone around the other side and been able to stay in cover. But you know. Whatever. How many murders should I commit today? I have the power. Maybe. If he stops moving. I'm sure he's not a good person, so I wouldn't be too upset by it, but I'm worried he'll alert the guards and then I'll be in trouble.
We don't need any more corpses.
Okay, problem solved. Efficiency. Now we can actually run around and take a look at our leisure. Stealth is overrated. And I need one more piece of cord. Just one. And then my sling will no longer make any noise and I can just use it all the time. But
So he's the one who made the door.
Yes, and he'll open it. With the book and the Darun kid, Vitalis can complete the conjuration.
Ooh,
Then we'll
spooky.
be saved from the plague. Hadinem.
At Luca.
So,
Oh, well said.
Move it! Now listen to me. Me and my friends spent some time in the jails of the Bastille, making the heretics talk. You're pretending to be tough now, but believe me, you'll blubber like the rest of them.
interesting. We're in some kind of like chapel space with these choir pews, though. If I killed him, there's some shinies over there. I wonder if I can not kill him and still get to the shinies. Are there shinies right in front of us? No, we're not. Okay. We're gonna see if we can't cross this space without alerting him and then duck behind to be okay. Oh, crap.
So,
Kinda need to wait.
recognize it? Remind you of your dad?
Don't you
That guy is clearly a boss,
You wanna play that game?
which is not optimal by any metric. Come on, please, please work, please work, please work. No peripheral vision.
What was that?
No peripheral vision, no peripheral
Wait.
vision.
What's that?
Okay, I will grab my Deverantis to wipe him out if I need to. But hopefully you aren't looking around too much. Yeah! Can I go over this? No, I cannot. But that's okay, I don't need to.
Nothing to report.
Okay, well, he's walking back. I'll be very happily able to sneak past his sight. Easy. And the big bad guy is gone, so we can happily follow him. Well, I say gone, he's right there. I should not spook him. But I don't even think Deverantis would necessarily work on him. Do you see how thick that armor was? The style of helmet he's has is a late medieval style generally used for like jousting and tournaments, more so than for general wear. But you know, fair play to him. He's big scary guy with a mace, and
get to work?
God, you've ruined the floor.
Heavy armor. Oh, there has to be a way.
That mosaic took us weeks. I don't give a shit about your mosaic. Open the bloody door, or you'll end up like your old man. I would kill you, you know. Just as soon as I remember how to open this door. Don't take too long.
there's a hole in the ground there. I wonder. What are my actual options here? I don't have any. I don't have.
Come on, move it. We need that book.
Huh. I mean, there is that. I wonder if this works. Oh, I need to get up right behind him. Anyways, I wonder if this actually works.
Over there.
Nope.
Found you.
Crap. Okay, take two. Yep, that doesn't work. Doesn't work at all, so... Crap, crap, crap. Run, 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 run. Back up, back up, back up. Oh, I can drop a chandelier on his head. Nope, I didn't really want to do that. Yeah, I'm dead. Okay, I can drop the chandelier on his head. It does look like one of those lecture halls from like Bologna or something.
Oh, there has to be a way.
Okay. Take two. This time with more chandeliers.
I've been wanting to do this for 2 days.
Fair enough, Roderick's pretty beefy. If he just took out one of those guys
But thank you.
instantly.
We need to leave. The other guards must have heard that. What's that door?
A special order. My father's masterpiece.
And do you know how to open it? Because that would be a real help.
Hey, you there! Guard!
It would help us a lot.
It'll take a bit of time.
Carry on. I'll
Oh,
keep them
crap.
back.
Fine. I can do that instead. Since I am freaking awful at...
To rush you, but they're still coming, and it looks like a fire has broken out.
And yeah, we lit the whole place on fire, which is awkward. Oh crap. What? That missed? That missed? How the hell did that miss? Well, maybe this time I cannot use my...
Heavy armor. Oh, there has to be a way.
Okay, let's grab what we can and then...
This for 2 days.
Grab what we can and then hopefully be less trash.
But thank you.
We need to leave. The other guards must have heard that. What's that door?
A special order.
And yeah, we're gonna actually open the door,
And
you know,
do
the
you
thing
know how
that
to open it?
they
Because
want.
That would be a real help. It would help us a lot.
It'll take a bit of time.
Carry on. I'll keep them back.
And we got more oomph each time, and... Whack.
To rush you, but they're still
And
coming,
take
and
3.
it looks like a fire has broken out.
Almost there.
Number 3. Okay, this time it actually, you know, targeted.
That's it. Hurry up.
The alarm's been sounded. They won't let us go.
Can we just close this behind them? Why did we not close the door behind us? We could have just locked it. We could have just locked the door. It would have been okay. Maybe I should just run. That's 3. That's more than I can take out.
Do you know where we're going?
Don't think. Run.
One dead end and we're finished. We need to hide.
No, we need to slow them down.
Okay, Roderick, you're pretty brutal. How do you think you're gonna manage to slow them down except by drawing a rat into their face? You can slam that door in their face, and that gives us a moment.
Will that do it?
No.
You'll have to.
Right. We're
It
in
won't
the
stop
basement.
them.
It's a start. Roderick, I need the book.
What on earth is so special about this bloody book?
It could save my little brother. Please.
I don't know where it is. The only thing I know is that they tortured my father to death for it.
He is treading the path of the soul,
They killed
yes.
my parents too.
We might get out of here together.
All right. What about the book?
Just you wait and see. There's lots of them around here.
Yay. Just what we needed. More... What? There's... neither of those are helpful. I wanted cord. I really wanted cord, not useless freaking ammo stuff. Okay. Puzzle room. We have gone from... I see.
Another library. Underneath the
We have gone
library.
from...
Forbidden books. That's why we built the door.
That's
So
a
the
lot of...
Sanguisitanera has to be here. All I know is it has a red cover.
So...
Look, up there.
Roses. That must be it.
Uh-huh.
I'll have to climb up.
Now how do we actually climb up there? Because yeah, that is You know, not subtle. Super not subtle. Cord, yes. Let's go crafting, because silence.
This should make things a little easier.
I am very much a fan of silent sling. Because that way I just don't have to. Okay, I can. There's a cart there. Is there shinies around? There's got to be a shiny in this room. There's no way there's not a shiny in this room. Okay,
Too high.
Yep.
I need something to get me up.
Get up to there. This place is overall very fancy, and I'm not really sure what. Hey, look, secret door, secret door. Yeah, okay. Nothing on this level, sadly. But we've got a cart here, so we can at least, you know, put that in.
It won't budge.
Huh.
Could you lend a hand?
Okay.
All right.
So we're going to.
Interesting.
The shelves form a path.
That's your route to the book. Easy.
Sure. You say easy, I say the exact. Oh, crap.
Maybe I spoke too soon. I need to act as a counterbalance. I'll stay over here. Tell me which lever you want me to pull.
All right.
Okay.
Roderick?
Yeah.
Luckily, you know, he's extremely. He's way more slow than we are, so.
You said you'd act as a counterbalance.
I did. It gave way.
Right. We'll have to be very careful.
So, what's behind here? Actually, before I get too excited, with, you know, going the way I'm supposed to, what's back here? Hello? Well, crafting materials at least.
Ugh,
and a shiny.
Let's leave that where it is.
Yeah. Curiosity, Theriac. A decoction made up of more than 50 plant, mineral, and animal ingredients that takes more than a year of fermentation for their properties to become complete. Against the great evil, it seems to have the effect of accelerating the development of buboes, thus making it possible to remove the infection after incision. Yeah, Theriac is one of those really strong, theoretically strong, alchemical things that have like 20 different recipes to make, but is used for all kinds of both medical and metallurgical alchemical materials. So we're just continuing with the theme of alchemy here. Which, if you really want a secret forbidden library of alchemical texts underneath a university, despite, you know, them not being sanctioned by universities ever, that's how you do it. One good way of signaling that. Interesting. Why is... Oh, because that needs to go there. Okay, let's go over here and push this into place. There we go.
Perfect.
Yeah. It's unbelievably messy, and everyone disagreed what the best way to make it was.
My name's Amicia, and you're Roderick, right?
You know a lot of stuff, Amicia.
Who hired you to do the door?
Monks. Of a sort. They didn't talk much. My father designed it. He was the master. I was just the apprentice.
More sulfur.
Monks of a sort. Watching over the Sanguinis Itinera.
So we've got another thing there. I wonder why we need another one. I wonder why we need another cart. I know we will need it soon, but wonder why. Oh well. Maybe let's not waste time and go over here and tell him
Go
to...
on!
Alright.
Hey, not that one.
Stop.
This
Roderick?
Right away.
one. Can you drop this one? Yeah. Okay, so that drops
Stay
one
quiet.
and
Where
raises
did the
the
soldiers go?
other. A good question. Amicia and I have the same concerns.
Hold on.
Yeah.
And I expect that I'm going to be in trouble here in a moment because I don't have enough. I don't have whatever last thing I...
Go on!
need to
Fine for
push
me.
that cart over here to block the thing. But maybe I don't need it. And
You need
then-
to move, Amicia.
Okay. Not a fan of that, apparently. Okay, so that
That's it. Stop.
Right away.
that doesn't work, so I need to actually have him do this
Go on.
and go all the way back and block the thing so that it's a spot where we can climb up and it can all work. Did I just drop down there? I could just drop down there. Never mind.
Stop.
Fine for me.
Here we go. Pushing more carts.
Come on, move.
Hey, don't injure yourself. Do you want me to?
No, my brother. I owe him this for all the times I wasn't there for him.
Stop guilt-tripping yourself too much.
You'll have a hard time bringing the book back with a broken arm.
You guilt yourself too much, Amicia. But if we run this underneath the other thing... Okay, can't do that, but we can... Can tell you to do that, and then you'll be able to... We'll be able to run this in underneath it to trap them both semi-upright. Which we can then clamber over and kind of deal with.
Well, if that ain't love, I don't know what is.
Right, let's get this over with.
Okay, I'll tell you to pull that one so that it'll be ready when I am.
Roderick.
Pull the thing. And then it should be ready for us as soon as we get up here. And there you go.
Hold on.
And then hopefully this works right. And we can just kind of scurry over the top of this. Yeah. Perfect.
That's it. Nearly there.
And the whole floor is going to collapse? No. That's not a red cover.
Got it. I can barely believe it.
You'd better believe it and get back quickly. They'll be here any second.
And any second means right now.
I know you, Amicia de Rune.
Well,
we have been watching your family.
The evil Pope wants us to do stuff.
Waiting for the macula in your brother's blood to finish its slumber. You could say, I have watched you grow up.
Yeah, that's horrifying. Don't do that.
No, we have no chance.
Little idiot. What do you expect to do with that book?
Save my brother.
With your brother and that book, I can save
Yeah,
the
yeah.
world, Amicia.
Come on, this way.
Guards!
We're gonna outrun a couple of kids, or a couple of guards, which will be fine. It'll be fine.
No one.
Yeah,
escape
yeah.
Their own blood.
You seem to know each other well.
He destroyed my life.
I know what that's like.
He's terrible, and I will feel not at all bad about when we finally get to beat the shit out of him. So, let's see, are there anything fancy or shiny here? Nope, just a lot of water and ruined books. And probably rats soon, knowing how this game. Knowing this game is probably very soon that we have rats. But at least we have another way out of the university here. Advantage of paranoid forbidden alchemist.
It's gonna be hell out there.
Ready as I'll ever be.
So,
Let's get out of these corridors quick.
Couldn't agree more.
Let's go and find the others.
Where the hell are they?
We've certainly stirred them up.
Quiet. I can't risk losing this book.
okay, that door's closed, so
How
No
did
big
it
deal.
get so bad so quick?
Heavy armor. We're stuck.
He's looking the other way. I can take him.
You can take him?
It'll be my pleasure. Whenever you're
Seriously? Alright.
You're up.
He's just gonna punch.
My father.
Wow.
Holy.
You do that a lot.
No, but I'm starting to like it.
No. Roderick. No turning into a murderer. Don't get used to this. It's not normal. Okay. Oh look, we've got... Now we can actually look at one of these guys close up, and you can see there is this lovely mix of Crusader 12th century helm with a 14th century breastplate, just in the face of generically heavy, even though that rapidly became cheap and kind of standard equipment for lots of people for lots of purposes.
See me coming. I could distract him.
Yep. It was a very crunchy thing. Bonk.
What's all that noise?
That one's for you.
You're finished.
And he's just gonna body this dude. The School of Swole is our best friend. Everyone else is chumps compared to this crew. Everyone else is complete chumps compared to this crew. Holy cow. Ooh, a gift.
He has trouble with his eyes sometimes. These might help.
Cool. Glasses. After centuries of ignorance, theories about how human vision works now abound. We started by believing our eyes send out rays revealing objects around us before finally understanding, in fact, the opposite is the case. People began to find remedies for vision problems. A good example is the creation of rough eyeglasses that improved their wearer's sight of objects nearby. I actually don't know if in the 14th century they had changed theories of optics in that way. I don't think so. I don't know that for sure, but I'm pretty sure they still followed Aristotelian ideas of emanated rays that reflected back, and you could just the lenses would refocus the reflections. But glasses do emerge in the 11th century, I want to say. Originally kind of pinpoint eyeglasses, but then roughly polished or shaped crystal of the style you have here. And it's just more sulfur and alcohol. God, they give us a lot of sulfur and alcohol. I guess we should see if we have anything to make with all that sulfur and alcohol. Yeah, well, that's something. Deverantis I can have plenty of. Ignifer I have plenty of. Odorous I have plenty of. Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the earliest glasses were pinholes. But I'm not super confident on that. Development of vision technology, as it turns out, is not necessarily one of my fortes.
I don't like hanging around doing nothing like this. One each, alright? I'll take the one with the helmet.
Fine.
It's just a matter of timing. Whenever you're ready.
Okay, let's do it.
The card.
You're going to pay.
Nailed it.
Good job.
We are
like to have been on the end of that.
We are extremely violent, and don't worry about it. But yeah, pinholes, I know had been used as a way to kind of improve vision, and you know, in a pinch, I can still use them. I am extremely nearsighted, so I have been known, if I don't have my glasses on me, to kind of do a rough pinhole thing, just in order to be able to see something farther away.
It leads outside.
Fresh air.
I can smell fire.
Yeah, so
shit.
We have now made it to the problem area stage 2, because I'm sure it's fine.
Fire. Did we?
Fire is spreading. Is the Grand Inquisitor still inside?
How do I know? Go and see, and give the order to evacuate.
This is good. We should make the most of it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, fucking rats. That's all I need.
The rats, the shield. Oh, we can't touch
question me. I saw the alchemists making some stuff they called extinguish. It puts flames out. I was going to save it for later, but
It's worth a try.
Oh. Okay, we have more choices now. That is, looks like a rock and some saltpeter, and our bad news. So we have
to aim at the fire.
Yep. So we can do that. Puts out the fire, and then we can grab Igniferous
Change a lot of things.
Especially for them.
and light that fire back up. So the rats aren't allowed to be anywhere nearby. Hello, I see shiny. I do like having more Epicyngus, though these rats are very much on their... Those rats were eager. What's there? Leather, some alcohol. Don't need any of that so badly.
All the books are going to burn.
Yeah.
It's not your fault. Think about your book.
We
Yes. We have to get out of here. I have to find Hugo.
So many books. That does feel bad.
I reckon those kids started the fire so they can slip away quietly. I'm gonna be sorry when I catch them.
Yeah, well, so much for being sorry, because you're dead. And don't need any more of that, okay? Saltpeter and more rocks. Okay, and those rats are suitably distracted by, you know, the body. So, we can actually go over here and see what there is. Hey, another alchemist wagon. We can chuck one of these in. Right in here. And that burns all of those, so we are totally fine, and we get a bunch of, you know, just stuff. Okay, we can make more containers, or we can make improved instruments. Let's make the containers here.
Well, that looks a lot
upgrade
better.
the next thing. You can use her sling to throw a luminosa. Nice. That next one is going to be huge. Shooting a stone with a sling. Oh my god, that instrument is huge. Holy crap. Okay, that third level instruments one is something I badly need. And with only needing one more being able to kind of immediately go in on this.
Voila! Exactly what I needed.
Exactly. Luckily, you know, there aren't too horribly many cases within which where an individual fire destroys the only record of something in existence. It happens, but like, for instance, the burning at of the library at Alexandria is bad, but it is not unbelievably, totally, drastically devastating like popular culture depicts it as. A lot of the texts that were there, we think,
straight for the fire.
had copies elsewhere in the Islamic world, or, well, no, I guess it's too early for the Islamic world, but elsewhere in the Eastern Empire, in which they then transferred into the Islamic world. So...
You're on fire! You're on fire! Fuck! No! No! Hey, you alright? Is there anyone still inside?
Oh. Yeah, I thought I'd had it. It's like hell in there.
We're supposed to have reinforcements. What the hell are they doing?
2 guards. We need to get one of them out of the way.
Yo. Only getting one of them out of the way will be an interesting trick. Well, you know, let's see what... Does this attract one or both of them? No, it attracts only one.
I think it came from over there.
Nice. Somehow that only attracts one, but not the other one. And... Nay, do the thing.
Take care of him. You don't need to tell me twice.
Peripheral vision.
Getting up anytime soon. Trust me.
Literally non-existent amounts of peripheral vision. Well, I can throw a pot here. Just right in that corner. Please and thank you.
That sound came from over there.
That one's for you.
Come on me.
And get body, dude. Absolutely ruined.
I might have got a little carried away.
Oh shit. I nearly ran straight into that. I didn't even notice that there were rats there. That would have been awkward.
Do we really have to go in there?
Like,
yes. Take a deep breath.
Let's go.
Let's be clear,
It's already hot.
The library?
Bloody mess.
The library at Alexandria is tragic.
What are we going to do?
Follow me and look after your book.
They're here. Don't worry about them.
Oh Lord!
You know, we are gonna just deal with running and hope that I'm not missing anything too important here. Let me over. Don't light your book on fire, don't.
It's burning behind here. Stay out of the way.
What are you doing?
Opening it.
Roderick! You're right.
Run. We're nearly there.
Right.
To the left.
Okay. So much for holding our breath, by the way. But yeah, there were burnings of that library in the 1st, 3rd, and 4th centuries. So it's a fairly gradual process of destruction. And yeah, we burned another library. I think every historian has that one library fire that they do not like. That there's their personal tragedy. Alexandria is a popular choice, but it's a very kind of meh choice in my opinion. There are far worse ones. The burning of the Islamic House of Knowledge, and then in the modern period, something like the Cotton Fire, which which destroyed a lot of early English texts, some of which we know that was the only copy of, or the Copenhagen Fire, which burned a lot of Icelandic manuscripts, of which many of them were single copies, and so we know some sagas were lost as a result of that.
Amicia!
So medieval fires are bad. Modern fires, I think, are worse.
Here. Have to warn you, smells a bit burnt.
Who's he?
Roderick. But shh.
The Sanguinis Itinera.
What is this book about?
Yeah,
It's the story of a little boy who's going to get a
dang
lot
it.
better
It was
now.
way too quick. If we get another good look at it,
Anyone else?
or if we chapter
Come
select,
and eat
I
them.
am totally
I
going to
think we
pause,
deserve it.
and I may try and pause frame on the VOD
You
here,
too.
and just
Coming.
see if I can actually read that, because that is a beautiful, perfectly regular, unsealed Latin script, and that makes it pretty easy to read, so, relatively. So I'm curious what that actually is or what's going on. But hey, several weeks and we've not been found, so we are now in December 1348. Fix the place up a bit. Work on target practice.
No, no, no! Bloody hell! That's no good.
Hey, are you alright?
It's nothing. Tell me, this door, have you ever opened it before?
It's stuck. It's the only place in the chateau we haven't been yet.
Don't you want to see what's behind it?
Well,
of course.
Hugo is asleep. Let's go take a look.
This, at least, I know how to do.
Ah, I see. He's taking out his anger in a very healthy
There you
way.
go.
Well, that was efficient.
And almost painless. Come on, let's go.
We see everything, and no one sees us.
Uh-huh. Look at that.
The world has forgotten this castle.
These deciduous trees are in remarkably good shape given that it's snowing, but you know, it still looks really pretty. Looks a bit too lush for southern France. Well, anywhere in France in this time period, but seriously? Been everywhere, still has a locked door. At least the hinges are on the right side on this one. Jeez.
Come on, Roderick is waiting for me.
Okay, okay, fine. You could be less subtle about it. And we hopefully get another chill chapter.
Can you feel that?
No, what?
When you enter a place that has been abandoned for a very long time, there's something in the air.
Yes, dust.
No, the stones. It's like interrupting a conversation. This is the first time I felt it here.
Can I get through? Hello? Give me the power, please? Hello? Game? Fine. Actually, I want to go right back over. Nope, I don't need that. Okay. Okie dokie. Here we go. Keep going. No running allowed here.
That looks dangerous. Let's avoid it for now. Another door.
Uh-huh.
Shall we continue?
That does look dangerous, but we're gonna go that way anyway? No, they don't let us. Damn.
Of course.
Let's see where this leads.
Good pathfinding.
Oh, the courtyard.
It's a shortcut.
Uh-huh, sure is. Look at this great shortcut. And, okay. I am seeing...
I almost forgot. I found something while I was doing some clear...